There's no class the day after the festival, mainly so the school can clean itself up. Interesting. So I spent the day lounging around, trying to write a poem about the festival. The obvious topic keeps reaching out to me, but I kind of don't want to do it if only because it's kind of embarrassing. I don't think I could take everyone reading a poem about spending time with Monika, but I guess I could write it on what we talked about. Yeah, that could work. I go back to my room afterwards and get to work, eventually going to sleep when it gets late. I wake up the next day and go to school as always. I find myself a little tired in class, but I think that speaks for everyone. Even with a day of rest, it's still not enough for some of us. The school day passes by pretty quickly as even the teachers are a little groggy. When it ends, I get up from my chair and start making my way to the front room. Hello, everyone. Oh, hi, Amy. Monika greets me as soon as I enter the club room. Where's everyone else? I think they're just running a little bit late. I left myself only a few moments ago, after all. I see. Even though Monika's smiling at me, I can't help but feel like it's empty. Was it the festival? I don't think I did anything wrong. Or maybe I should have taken her home? But would Monika be more annoyed than sad? So you got home from the festival all right then, huh? Oh yeah. Sayuri pestered me about it. She said I should have walked you home. Monika's expression falls a bit before she laughs, but I put the pieces together. All right. That would have been how it was in the game, right? If, as she said, it was a game. Going with her might have been a scene in her route. But wait, I remember Monika asking before if it was already hers. Amy? Sorry, I'm still just a bit tired. I keep talking as I walk over to my usual desk and sit down. Well, as I was saying, you don't have to worry about me. It's not like my house was exactly very far away from the school. Oh well, still. I can't help but be a little concerned, you know? Oh, that's sweet of you, Amy. Even though she's talking like this, I can't help but feel that wall between us again. Like when I first met her on the rooftop. Maybe it's because there was time between the festival and now. I already could feel like she was trying to avoid being happy, but when we connected on the rooftop, when the fireworks went off, she let her guard down for a fraction of a second. She must have recognized it too. After all, Monika seems to be a smart girl. So knowing that she let her guard down, she decided to be a little more conscious about it. I might not get a chance like what we had on the rooftop again. And now this wall's between us yet again as well. Hello! The door to the classroom flies open as Sayori yells her greeting. Ah, jeez, you didn't need to yell! You did the same thing at the festival too! But everyone was so tired walking here, so I thought I'd wake us up! Hi, Monika. Hi, Amy. Wow, you two got it quick. Sorry for making so much noise. No, it's fine. I'm glad to see everyone's energetic. Everyone did their poems for the day, right? I must give brief murmurs of agreement. I'm a bit sad though. We didn't get any new members. But that's fine. After all, there's always next year, right? Of course, if Monika's right. Unless the game lets it happen, there is no next year. I can see why she'd be upset about that. It's already hard enough for a person to accept that they'll die. But how much more that your life doesn't even end with death, but rather just... there's nothing more laid out for you or anyone else. Hey, I'm writing a book about that right now. Monika's certainly amazing. Managed to keep up that happy smile on her face. I don't think I could do it. Maybe that's it though. As long as she can keep herself distracted being the president of the literature club, she spends this time thinking about all of this. Like how I'm doing now. I shake my head before realizing that you were prodding me on the shoulder. Oh, sorry. Were you sleeping in class again? I stayed awake, so at least let me rest here for a bit. Are you sure? I am 100% certain. Okay! It's average day at the club. Yuri's off on the side reading, Natsuki's in her back corner reading manga, and Sayori and Monika are chatting as always. Yeah. On the other hand, I'm here resting at the desk. Close my eyes and let my head sit on top of my hands, forming a makeshift pillow. I turn away from the windows, making sure the sunlight doesn't get in my eyes. Seeing as how I used to sleep all the time in class, it's almost like reading an old friend. Or at least that's how I wish it was. Rather, I end up by being distracted, lost in my thoughts about Monika. About the situation I now find myself in. As much as I'd like to do so, I don't think I can go back to how things were. This is going to constantly plague me from now on. My thoughts interrupted as I hear a desk being moved. Opening my eyes, I see Monika pulling a desk over to me. Monika? Oh, did I disturb you? Not at all. I hadn't quite fallen asleep anyway. I could tell. Your face was all scrunched, like you were trying to think hard about something. I was a bit worried, so I wanted to talk. Oh, it isn't anything really important, though. If it's something bothering one of my club members, it is important to me. But if you don't want to tell me about it, that's fine. Well, it's about, you know. I can see Monika's face falter for a second as she realizes what I'm getting at. About what? But she immediately changes faces and gives me a smile. I understand if you don't want to talk about it, but if you do want to talk about it, I can't read your mind. Oh, that came off as a little harsh, didn't it? Sorry. No, it's fine. I guess I'm just not ready to talk about it. Okay. But if you do ever want to talk about it, I'm sure I can talk to Sayori as well. You two are close, right? Yeah, thanks. I fell right into her trap. I know that she knows what I was getting at, but she chose not to go after it, because it must be painful to think about. I watch as Monika gets up, pats me on the shoulder, and goes over to check on the other club members, and got her hair stuck on the screen for a bit. Monika. I wonder how she'll react to my poem today. If she's going to act like that, well, I guess I'll just have to see. I try to listen until it's time to share poems, but I continuously find my thoughts drifting. The thoughts about if this is all a game are annoyingly distracting, even if I've told myself it doesn't change anything for me. It's not even one of those "it would be funny if" scenarios where you can entertain yourself by imagining wacky things, especially since Monika seems to believe so seriously in it. Normally, people would tell her to get help for those kinds of thoughts, but something in me pushed me to believe her. Or maybe it's just that I was lured in by the fact it was Monika. I doubt I'd have the same reaction if Sayori came to me like that. Okay, everyone! Monika does her signature call, bringing everyone to attention. Like always, we all glance at each other as if to confirm Monika's asking us to share poems. We might have known each other for a bit now, with the festival and this constant sharing, so it's less someone unknown is reading my writing, but more, I hope it's still good now. It's time to share poems! I was already expecting this, but here we go again. Who to share with? I actually don't think it's that important. Let's go with Monika first, as always. Amy, Monika looks upset after reading my poem. Is this your way? Monika, you okay? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I found myself quite moved. Oh, well, I understood what you were going for, but your word choice is a bit off here. The tone of your poem should be consistent, but the words you pick sometimes don't match the tone. But you had a good control over the image you wanted. It's still hard to believe you said you've never written poems before this club, though. It's true, though. In any case, good job, Amy. I liked it. A few days ago, those words would have made my heart go aflutter. But today, I can't help but wonder if she's just saying that. Does she really mean those words? Is she still playing the role of club president? Anyway, here's my poem. I like it, Monika. I think I understand what you're trying to say in this poem pretty well. We didn't get to read the poem, I guess. I see. I can't help but see a small smile on her face. I expected as much. Yeah. As the only one aware of what Monika thinks of everything, I'm the only person that could understand the truth behind her words. And players could. Because they're kind of in the situation. It's a lament, I guess, but it's also... So that's how it's going to be. A declaration. Or more like a command. That's a better word for it. Don't chase after me anymore. That's what it says between the lines. That I should just let that distance she's put between us be. But Monika, I, the player, want to approach you. But I can't obey something like that. Not when I knew that Monika was purposely obstructing her happiness, or at least cutting herself short. If having this distance is part of that, I can't just let that slide. Game or not, that seems wrong to me. I'm sorry, Monika, but I don't think I can bring myself to leave you alone like this. Anyway, thanks for reading my poem. I feel kind of sad that they didn't write a poem for this either. Like, there was a Sayuri poem, but aside of that, they didn't really make any further... No, there were like 2 Natsuki poems as well. Anytime. Thanks for critiquing mine. Alright, who should I share my poem with next? It's fine. It's fine. It's like all the other ones, I guess. It doesn't stand out too much other than the tone. But it's not bad. It does seem sort of like something Monika could write, though. Yeah, kind of like hers, but that's good. Harsh. But at least it's your own style. It's not super easy to read, but it's not as abstract as Yuri's. So I guess it's fine. So it's not bad according to Natsuki, which is fine. Anyway, here's mine. We won't get any more poems, I guess. It's in Natsuki's usual direct style. I'm pretty used to it. What do you think? I think it's good. It gets across the point neatly. I would like to see what inspired them at the festival. You've usually made a point about that, so I noticed it. I guess you wrote about the fireworks too, huh? They were memorable, so duh. Is there a problem with that? Not really. Besides, it's not a bad poem. I've always been writing about them, though. It's not like you were any better. Yeah, I tried to smooth things over with a laugh. It seems to sort of work, but thanks. For reading, anyway. Same to you. Alright, who should I share my poem with next? Let's go check out Sayori's. Oh! I really like this one, Amy! Though, you almost sound like a lost puppy. Sayori. Oh, well, the writing sounded like that. I couldn't help but think of one. Thanks, I guess. It's still good, though. It does come across as something Monika might write, though. I try my best not to react when Sayori puts emphasis on Monika's name. But still, I can't believe you said you hadn't written before. This is really good, Amy. I see you like the fireworks too. I don't think any of us didn't like them. That's true. Well, here's my poem. I would probably write about the haunted house. Like, come on. So, it's good. Then again, everyone here is a pretty good writer, so obviously it'd be good. Thanks. Well, it's simple to read in a relaxing sort of way. I think maybe you could change a word or two to make it fit better, but that's probably my own preference. It's definitely in line with your style, Sayori. I see. Thanks for the suggestions, Amy. I want only one more person to share with. It's not exactly my taste, but this is good, mechanically speaking. I still find it hard to believe you didn't write before coming to this club. But I think a good word to describe it would be raw. Even if you use metaphor in the language like that, you can really feel the emotion behind the words. Yuri gives a bit of an embarrassed smile, looking away. But I guess that's how it is, huh? Yuri? It's nothing, Amy. Oh right, here's my poem. I'm assuming she realized maybe too it's about Monika. I like it. It's very Yuri-ish. At this point I've read enough of her stuff that I think I can get a grasp on her metaphors. The true meanings probably still elude me. Oh, I should probably say something. Yuri's probably waiting for my response. That's good. It might be a little flowery for someone like me, but I can't match some of the things you probably would have seen at the festival and your feelings with them. You enjoyed the festival, I take it? Mm-hmm. The fireworks seem to be pretty inspirational too. It's a bit cliché, but it was the first thing that came into my mind. Cliché isn't necessarily bad, right? That's correct. If you use it correctly, sometimes it won't even register to the audience that it's a cliché. But that can be fairly difficult to do. Anyway, thank you for reading my poem. Thanks for reading mine as well. Don't cut it off like that. Nothing of note happened for the others sharing. Aside of the norm of Nosk and Yuri experiencing some friction due to their styles. But I think they've managed to get over it, sort of agreeing to disagree. After we share poems, everyone gets ready to go home. Sayori, are you ready to go home? Mm-hmm. Have a safe trip home, you two. Monika waves to us as we leave the club room. That was fun. Yeah. I'm glad everyone's getting along. Though Monika seemed sad today. You noticed it too, huh? Yeah. She's always been upbeat, so when she's not, it's painfully obvious. At least, that's how it is to me. I smile and pat Sayori in the head. Well, I don't know what we can do about it. Even though she told you, I don't think I should go around and snoop. She'd tell us when she was ready. Maybe. I don't really know. I've known Monika for a while now, but sometimes I feel like there's like a big gap between us. Like there's something different between us that I'll never understand her completely. I don't know what to do. Sayori slumps her shoulders as we exit the school. I don't know what I could say then. Maybe you can try reaching out to her. Me? Yeah! Besides, it seems like you're close enough, right? I momentarily think back to the festival and the time we spent on the rooftop. You're blushing, Amy! I am not! I definitely am. Besides, isn't that kind of rude? Getting close to her only to find out and then try to solve her problem? That doesn't seem right. I guess so. But still, I want everyone to be happy. I know you do, Sayori. The whole irony to the situation is that I know exactly what Monika's going through, even if I could never hope to understand it. So all that's left for me to do is try to understand it. There's no way I can go through it, but that doesn't mean I can't talk to her and try to understand. Well, I can try to talk to her, I guess. Maybe she'll let me know something. After all, I'm a guy. Maybe it's one of those things that you can't tell a girl. Maybe. I'd really like it if you did that, Amy. Honestly, I feel like Monika wouldn't appreciate constantly being referred to as like a guy and girl thing, especially since she is like, she doesn't care what gender the player is. Even if you don't get through to her, I'll be happy that you tried. Completely unaware of the weight on Monika's shoulders, Monika gives me an innocent smile as she charges me with something completely insane. When we reach our houses, Sayori and I parted ways. Enter my home and lay down on the couch, looking up at the ceiling. Jeez. Well, I guess I need to just sleep this off. There's a lot to think about right now. I'll think of something to do after I've got some time to process all of it. I go to club the next day, still wondering what I should do. I didn't come up with a single thing last night. Straighten is something so unique. I can't look up the answer or tips online for help. Good afternoon. I greet the 3 people already here. Good afternoon, Amy. He looks up from a book and waves. Natsuki looks out from the closet and sees me. Oh, hey there, Amy. Hi. Monika's not with you? I didn't see her coming here, so no. Huh. She's been running late a lot, hasn't she? Maybe she does have a boyfriend. I see Sarah's smile become cat-like again as she glances at me, looking for a reaction. I do my best not to give her one. Sorry. You shouldn't be gossiping like that. Sorry. But still, it's not entirely out of the question, right? She did tell us she didn't have one, but you know. Sarah nearly jumps into the air when the door to the club remote slides open, Monika running inside. Sorry I'm late. Someone on the debate club asked me to do them a favor. Hi, Monika. Did I miss anything? No, we've all just been waiting around. I see. Thank you for waiting. It's not like we had anything planned for today, right? That's true, I suppose. Anyway, sorry to make an interruption. Afterwards, everyone goes back to their normal activities. Yuri's once again reading off to the side. Natsuki's browsing her manga collection. Sayori and Monika chatting as usual, this time about poetry. It feels kind of strange. Deciding to at least look like I'm busy, I take a book from my backpack and open it somewhere around the middle. Every few moments I turn the page, but rather than reading, I keep thinking. Well, I guess the only real way I can talk to her alone is going somewhere with her. If I talk to her in school, she'll go back to playing her club president role or trying to look like a model student. But if I take her out of here, then she can't do that. Or at least that's what I think. There's a chance she'll still try to look and act like she does here, but maybe, just maybe, not being in the school will put her off her game. That's all I can do anyway. As the rest of the day goes by, I can feel my nervousness start to ramp up. Since we didn't write any poems, it's quiet. Okay, everyone! Monika claps her hands together, getting everyone's attention. We didn't do anything today since I didn't assign anything, but I wanted to ask if you'd be comfortable with a shift in things. A shift? Well, it wouldn't be a big shift. Since we wrote a lot of poems lately, I thought we could try maybe writing a song. A song is a lot like poetry after all. I wanted to get everyone's opinion on it. Is it too big of a jump? We wouldn't have to be done by the next club meeting, right? Of course not. That'd be too short a time. I was thinking maybe a week. Or if you'd like, we could try 2 or 3 weeks. If everyone is comfortable with it anyway. Silence sets in for a little bit as everyone mulls it over. I'd be fine with it. Monika glanced at the others. I guess I could try. Likewise. All the attention's on me now. It's not like I have much of a choice with all this pressure. Yeah, sounds good, Monika. I think the 3 weeks option sounds good. It was already hard enough writing poetry, so I think some more time would be good as well, since it's like making a bunch of poems fit with each other. I agree with Amy. We need some time to figure out how to link everything together. Alright, what about you, Natsuki? That's fine with me, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much said what I was thinking anyway. I'm fine with 3 weeks as well. I wonder if this is like the 3rd week, when this is like the point. It's like Monika has a song for us for the end of the game. Then it's settled! We'll still have club meetings in case you want to help or an early critique, but let's aim to have a song by 3 weeks from now. That's all for today's meeting. Everyone else gets up, ready to leave for the day. Sarah also quietly exits, not saying a word to me. I guess you're putting things in my hands, huh? Oh, Amy, you're not going home with Sayori? I forced down a lump in my throat. Not today. Is something wrong? You two didn't get into a fight, did you? No, of course not. I think she knows what's up and is trying to keep me away from what I want to do. Anyway, Monika, I want to ask if maybe you'd like to go somewhere, if you weren't busy, sort of just to get some inspiration, you know? I quickly backpedal in embarrassment. I know about this really nice place. There's a tower that has a good view and Maybe you could get something from it and... Amy! Monika flashes me a knowing smile. Are you asking me on a date? What? I can feel my face go aflame and quickly start stammering in order to finish this conversation as fast as possible. It's not like a date. It's not really a date. I was thinking that maybe, you know, I could introduce you to a good place for writing, since it'd help you write a nice song and... sorry, I'll be going now. Sorry to bother you. I tried to leave the room as fast as I can, realizing that my hasty move was probably not for the best. I'd be delighted, Amy. I hear Monika talk when I'm halfway out the door. Huh? I said I'd be happy to go with you, Amy. This upcoming Sunday is fine, right? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Should we meet up at my house? You already know where it is, since you came over one time. That sounds fine with me. What time would you like to go? Maybe in the afternoon? Alright, is that all? Yeah, see you tomorrow, Monika. See you later, Amy. As soon as I leave the club room and get far enough away, I breathe a sigh of relief. That went a lot better and worse than I expected. I reach up and feel my cheeks, finding they're still burning. Jeez, I couldn't have sounded any dumber if I had tried. Well, she at least said yes, but part of me is confused about it. I was doing it so I could get out of the school, but surely she could foresee that happening. But then again, maybe it'll be like the rooftop again. When it's just the two of us alone, she didn't want to worry about being club president. The club president. So maybe she said yes because of that. Either way, I guess it's set in motion now. All that's left to do is wait and see what comes out of it. I don't want to say you're in the way home, which is fine with me. I'd probably end up stumbling with my own words and giving everything away to her. She'd probably get all in the details about how I completely failed to ask Monika to go with me somewhere. Jeez. Well, whatever. I did it nonetheless, so I'll have to be content with that. The next few days at the club are fairly quiet. We're all working our songs in silence, with Mon occasionally poking around to see if we're still okay. So I tease him on the way home sometimes too. Come on, she totally smiled at you! What did you do? Nothing. Oh, you're sure you can't tell me? Absolutely sure. You're no fun. But Monika seems a little happier, so I'm still glad. I pat her on the head. Don't worry, Sayuri, I'm doing my best. I don't know if what I'm doing is going to help it. Someone's got to try, right? Mm-hmm. With that, we reach our houses, splitting off. See you later, Sayuri. The fated Sunday arrives. Monika said she'd arrive at around 3 o'clock, so I don't have to worry about preparing lunch. I also make sure I have enough money to cover dinner if we end up staying there long enough. Alright. I wouldn't say I'm dressed up, but I thought I could at least look a little nicer. I slap myself on the cheeks, even though I'm wide awake. Okay, I'm definitely up now. Even though I kept telling myself it's not a date, part of me keeps saying it definitely is. So I'm a bit of a nervous wreck inside. I check the clock and find it's about 2 o'clock. Not much to do other than make sure I have everything. Notebook, pencil, pen, eraser, some water. Yeah, I should have everything. I go sit idly on the couch while waiting for the time to go by, turning on the TV. It looks like there's a rerun of the newest episodes of the anime this season after I check the schedule. If I recall correctly, then Perfego's got its first episode this week, right? It surprised me that it was getting an animation, since it seemed kind of niche to me when I first read it. Either way, the opening is actually kind of catchy. A little bit on the cutesy side of things, but it's not so overboard that I'm turned away. The graphics in the opening could definitely use some polish, though sometimes they didn't match up too well. I need to move my microphone. The episode wraps up at around 2:30. It wasn't bad, but it might be a little hard for it to stand out since the opening of the manga was a little weaker compared to development everyone gets later. All that's left to do now is wait for Monika, though. At 2:55, I'll jolt awake as I hear my doorbell ring. Coming! I shout to the door and take a look through the peephole, finding Monika standing outside. In Her uniform again? She has no other clothes. Then again, I guess she likes it. I open the door. Hi, Monika. Good afternoon, Amy. Let me just put my shoes on and then we can head out. Okay, take your time. Okay, take your time, brother. I grab my bag with all the things I need for today in it, along with my keys. Then I put on my shoes. I head out the door, close it behind me, then lock it before putting the keys in my bag. Right, I'm all ready to go. Lead the way then. I take a step past Monika and start on the journey outbound. We have to take a bus to get it, but other than that, it's pretty much a straight shot from here. We make some small talk, mainly about song progress. So, how far have you gotten? I know you've told me you've had some difficulties with your song at the club. Honestly, I haven't even begun to think about it. I can't even nail down a topic I'd like to write a song about, let alone write one. Well, maybe today will help you think of one. That's what I'm hoping. So, how far are you? Well, I've gotten down the first verse. But that's about it. Songwriting is pretty hard, huh? It is. I might have overestimated my abilities. I'm guessing she wants a new song. Well, it's a good thing you gave us 3 weeks rather than 1 or 2, right? Yep. Oh, hold on, this is our bus. We board the bus and start on our way towards the city area. The trees and bushes in our part of town turn into sky rises and pedestrian-filled sidewalks after a few minutes. I pull the bus cord, the electronic voice chiming "Stop requested" going off as I do so. We get off right across the street from the tower I was talking about. Oh, the park is everywhere! Even though there's skyscrapers around the city, the tower has enough open space around it since it's in the middle of a large park. That way the view isn't ruined. In addition, it's right on the edge of the city, so a decent portion of its view doesn't have any massive buildings in the way. Plus, you can get food from the food court at the bottom, then eat out like it's a picnic. Do you come here often? Mona asks the question as we cross the street at a crosswalk. Not really. I've only come here once or twice. I see. Though, Amy, can I ask one more thing? Sure. Mona gives me a small, knowing smile. Can I ask why you wanted it to be just us? I'm sure the whole literature club could benefit from this. I hastily search my mind for an excuse. I'm here! I probably should have seen this coming, but I didn't devote any time to do it all again. At all. Wait, no, I got it! Well, I thought that, I'd show it to you so you could get a good idea of the place. Since you know the entire literature club better. Yeah, you'd know whether or not they'd all benefit from it compared to me. It wouldn't be any good to drag everyone here if they wouldn't all get something from it, right? Monika giggles a bit before nodding. I see. Even if she's saying that, I can tell she probably doesn't believe me. Well, I'll be sure to judge fairly today then. Okay. The park itself is already busting with activity since this is a popular hangout, I think. There's lots of food carts selling various snacks and some street performers. However, we make a beeline right for the tower in the middle. The first floor is a big court and shopping area, but we get in line for the elevators right in the middle. The line doesn't take long to go by, and soon Monika and I are already at the top of the tower. There's large glass panels making up the walls all around the quarter. The circular viewing space and binoculars you can drop quarters into. There's large glass panels making up the walls all around the circular viewing space, and binoculars you can drop quarters in to look through for a bit. Mon and I find a bench that looks out towards our town and sit down, making out our things. Taking, probably. Taking. Well, let's get to work. Yeah. The two of us sit in silence, listening to the sounds of people walking by, children playing around and shouting, and couples being lovey-dovey. Occasionally, I look to the side, finding Monika scribbling something down before crossing it out. I guess I better take this seriously. I tried to think of a topic for a song. Maybe I could write a song about being with friends. It would be something cheesy, but I guess the expectations for me aren't exactly high. Deciding to use the topic of friendship and being with people I care for, I start writing my song. Or I guess it's more like writing a poem, since so far I only care about the first verse. If anything, writing the song feels more like I'm putting down my life. It's actually kind of sad looking back on it. I really didn't have anyone I was close to for so much of my life other than Sayori, who I grew up with. The first word is sort of like that, with the point of view characters expressing loneliness before finding a place he has friends in. Yeah, this is sad looking at it. It's kind of hard to believe this was me only a short time ago. But maybe that's why it's surprisingly easy to write about. I don't even have to think very hard, as the memories of what it was like and how different it felt compared to now come naturally to me. Trying to get my words down into a good flow for the 100th time, I check my watch and find it's past 6 o'clock. Monika. She jolts up as if knocked out of a trance. Oh, Amy, what... Oh, Amy, what is it? I was going to get us dinner since it's past 6. What would you like? Oh, you don't have to get me anything. Well, I'd like to. I feel bad if I dragged you out here and then didn't at least get you dinner. You're so sweet, Amy. Well, I'm vegetarian. Also, I'm not that big of a fan of asparagus. Okay, I'll be right back then. I go down to the food court area and look around. I eventually settle on getting 2 vegetarian noodle dishes. I wait around for 10 minutes for our meals, take them, and head back up the elevator. I walk back over to the area where we were sitting and open my mouth to call out to Monika. However, the words die in my mouth. She just seemed so beautiful against the sunset, with her brown hair sparkling in the orange light. It's weird to stare, you know. I can see you in the reflection, even if if I am right behind me. Sorry, I brought you food. I brought out food. I hastily changed topics, walking quickly over to her and putting out food on the bench. You said no asparagus, so I went with 2 vegetarian noodle dishes. How much do I owe you? Huh? Nothing, it's fine. Think of it as a thanks for coming out with me today. If you insist. The 2 of us then sit down and start eating our meals. About 5 minutes in, Monika starts talking. So, did you make any progress? Yeah, I think I have a better idea of what to do now. I managed to find a good topic too. Oh, do you mind sharing? Monika leans in a bit closer, smiling. Well... Well, you find that when I share, it'd be kind of unfair to the others, right? It would. She pulls away, giggling as she puts her chopsticks down. So what about you? Did you make any progress today? A bit. It was... She stops and gets up from the bench, walking over to the glass. Monika never turns back towards me, gazing off into the distance against the setting sun. She's just standing just at the right angle where I can make out most of her reflection in the glass panes. Something on your mind was keeping you from working well? You could say that. Oh, the reflection. Can I know? This is it. I can only hope she'll let me into her world, her reality, here, instead of giving me the same club president act. I guess you can. As she speaks, Monika continues to look out the window. I've already told you before, right? About how this is a game? Yeah. About how this is a modification? Yeah, you've also brought that up. It's obviously about that. It absolutely confuses me. I just can't understand it. I don't get it at all. Monika? Amy, I should confess something to you. I knew what your intent was, bringing me here. So she knew. Had been found out since the beginning. It's why I accepted. I didn't think I could have said this in the school. I'm a little too good at playing the part of club president, you know? Even here, wearing this uniform. I thought I might lose myself like I did at the festival, because I made sure not to take a risk. It might even just be a bit petty on my part, that there's something still in my control. But I've made up my mind on this. What you're doing, I'm sure it's all well-intentioned. But this isn't something you can fix. There's no point in trying. You can't save me from this place. It's all just a game after all. Unless the code is edited, nothing can change. That's how it is. That's the truth no one can change. But even so, it won't change what actually happened. Even the happiness they found isn't real. It's just a dream. So why? For some reason I get the feeling those words aren't directed at me. It's just like the rooftop again. No matter how many times you play through those routes, it won't change a thing. So why do you keep on trying? Because there's nothing wrong with finding happiness, even in a dream. This time around though, I can hear the words I'm saying. Almost like they've been given to me. But it doesn't change the fact that there's nothing wrong with it. If that dream is this modification Monika mentioned before, then there's nothing wrong with finding happiness here if the original ended horribly. Because they can't take it back with them, but what's important is that somewhere they were happy. I see. So that's what you think. But for now, I don't think I can agree with you. The happiness I want, I had it for a brief moment. But I guess it couldn't be called your happiness thinking back on it. I don't want to settle on a dream either. At that moment, it no longer mattered to me how much truth there was to this whole stuck in a game business. All I knew is that she was a student at the same school as Sayori and I, in the same year, competent at almost anything she put her mind to, like a friend. And someone who was purposely denying herself happiness because she didn't think it was real, all because of where she found it. Before I'd been worried that the reason she cut herself away was that she thought she didn't deserve happiness. But that worry has all gone away. Happiness is happiness, no matter where you find it. I think someone once said, anywhere can be paradise. I might be forgetting the second part of that quote, but I think it's applicable here. It also had been weighing on me these past few days, too. If whether or not Monika had been right about this game stuff. I kept telling myself that it shouldn't matter because it didn't affect me. But it doesn't matter to me anymore, regardless of that. Game or not, I have found happiness at the literature club. No one can take that from me. So who cares if it's not real happiness? Right here and now, I know that there's a feeling in me that makes me want to smile when I think about that. I don't care if it's fake, if it's real, if it's some code telling me to think like that. All that matters is that it was here. How real it really is, that can be thrown out. They can also be the part of discussion if you really feel it. If you can really say if it's not real. Because in the end, as far as we are concerned, even if this isn't a game, you can also say that our feelings aren't real because they're kind of just chemicals in our brain doing this and that. Our logic isn't real all that much either, because logic does play off more of emotion than some people might think it does. Anything we are as a person, personality-wise, is also just like related to our brain. And you could also, it's like, that's also just chemicals doing things in there. Remembering things, putting it in there, learning how to do things with that. Just a lot of chemicals, electric impulses. In the end, that's what our perception is. All of it. So in the end, why wouldn't it be real if it was a game? Because it was, in the end, even here, it's not exactly, depending on how you look at it, us that are fully, like, doing that. It's not exactly that. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's honestly kind of similar with the code makes you feel this way. Chemicals and electrical impulses make you feel that way. And you just kind of realize you feel that way. Which is also just due to the code and due to the electrical impulses and hormones and whatever else is in there. Of course, there might also be some differences in religion there. Like if you believe in something else. Of course that can also be. It's just my personal opinion from what I've seen, what I believe in. But from what I can tell, it's... honestly, I wouldn't even consider it that different. Besides, if what Monika says is true, then this happiness should be cherished even more, as someone had to fundamentally change the world just for it to exist. So all I have to do is convince Monika, somehow, to accept that even if it's all a dream, a show, a modification to something, or a game, that it's fine to accept that happiness anyway, because no matter where it was found doesn't change what it is. Monika turns around, facing me once again. Anyway, thank you for bringing me here today, Amy. I think this is a wonderful place. We should definitely bring everyone here sometime. Or maybe could be our little place of inspiration. Even though I know that what she's trying to do, I cannot but still get flustered. Well, it was for everyone, so if you want to share it, then I can't stop you. Okay, I want to enjoy the view just a little more, okay? Even though she told me she refused to be happy in a dream, I cannot but feel that there was something real to what she said just now. That maybe she really did hold some value to this moment, even if it's not real to her. Monika, I promise you, one day you'll be able to accept the happiness you can find here, game or not. It's alright, as long as we don't stay out too late, but I guess we could get a cab as well. The sunset slowly begins to fade away. Soon enough, the spring evening takes hold, with the sky becoming full of stars. As Monika continues to stare beyond the horizon, I quietly clean up our things. One by one, people begin to leave the viewing platform. After a few minutes, it's only us. Monika, I whisper while tugging her sleeve, trying to get her attention. We have school tomorrow. We should get going. Oh, right. Sorry, Amy. I know I said only a little while, but it's fine. It's a pretty view from up here, right? Right? Yes. Anyway, we should go now. Sorry to keep us up so late. Like I said, it's fine. Let's go. You can still enjoy the view, huh? We head over to the elevators and wait in complete silence. It's so quiet that I can even hear the car coming up through the shaft before it gets here. The door slumber open and we step inside. The elevator car brings us back down to the ground floor. All of the hustle and bustle from earlier today is gone. The food court employees are cleaning up as we exit the building, coming out to an empty park. We walk over to the bus stop and wait. It only takes a few minutes for one to arrive. We board the bus and begin the drive back, still quiet. I guess we could both play it as if we were tired, but as for myself, I was completely lost on what to say. This one's the stuff from my house. Oh, well, good night, Amy. There's a stop up ahead closer to my house. Oh, I see. Wait, don't you live the opposite way from the school from here? This road circles around a bit, so I'll be able to get to my house easily. Oh, I see. Then, good night, Monika. I get off the bus and wave to her as it pulls away, waiting for the bus to be fully out of view before walking away. I guess that's about as good as it could have gone. I don't know it could have gone any better, considering Monika knew what I was intending. That was me underestimating her there. At this point, I'm fairly sure she's going to be guarded again. Once again, I'll have to wait and see. But still, I do wish Monika would let herself be happy. I walk by Sayori's house, finding the lights are off. Well, Sayori, I tried my best, but I don't know what else I can do from here. Maybe that confession was supposed to make me feel better about what happened, but it's not Sayori could hear me from here. I continue walking to my house and lock my front door once I arrive. Stepping inside, I give a long sigh before closing the door behind me and locking it. I'm too tired to even take a shower now, so I take my shoes off and head up to my room. Once I'm there, I simply lay down on the bed and close my eyes, allowing sleep to overtake me. I arrived at the club a little more tired than usual, probably because of how late I was out last night. Hello. I lazily greet whoever's inside as I slide the door open. The person who greets me is... Hi, Amy! Hearing Sarah's voice, I raise a hand and wave. You look tired. I was up late. Couldn't get to sleep in class either. I'm probably going to take a nap. I look around the room and find no one else is here yet. That's pretty strange. No one's here. They're all running kinda late. Walk over to a seat next to the wall and put my things down, taking said seat. Interesting. I wonder if this was an important choice. You must be really tired. Yeah. I fold my arms for a makeshift pillow and put my head down on it, closing my eyes and letting rest overtake me. Or at least I try. It's difficult as I can feel Sayori sharing the desk with me as pillow space. Sayori. Why are you on the same desk? Well... we haven't gotten to spend much time together, so I thought that if you were going to take a nap, I would too. I don't know how to respond to that, so I decide to let it happen without further resistance. It's not like I'm actually bothered by it. Alright, well, good night for a bit. Good night. With that, I decide to close my eyes and try to go to sleep. When I wake up, I take a look at the clock and see that 10 minutes have gone by. I take a look around the room, finding the others slipped in. I start poking Sayori in the shoulder. Sayori, wake up! Everyone's here now! Sorry, did we disturb you? No, not really. We were just waiting for everyone to show up anyway. Sarah perks up, rubbing her eyes. That was like a nap. Oh! Monika, hi! Sarah gives a smile to our club president as she stands up. It's fine. Anyway, we can begin club activities. Part of me is surprised to hear that what sounded like a stammer coming from Monika, as she usually has it so together. Well, if you aren't done with your song anyway. Unless we'd all like to do something else to take a brief break from songwriting. No one seems to have any ideas for something we could do instead, so we end up lounging around. I try to keep working my song. Saya pulls up a desk so we can sit next together as she works on hers. The day quietly goes by, the sound of pencils scribbling on paper and the occasional grumble of frustration at words not going together breaking the silence. All in all, it's a fairly calm day. Hey Amy! What is it, Sayori? Could you look over what I have? I want a second opinion on it. Alright. Sayori slides me a single sheet of paper. Well, it's actually on only the second verse, but I'm having some trouble with it. I see. Well, I give a quick read through, trying to imagine how it would be sung. Here, this third line. I think there's too many syllables. It doesn't flow as nicely. Is there anything else? I don't know if it's intentional, but you use the word sun a lot in this verse alone. I mean, if there's another way to do it, I guess it's fine, but it kind of stands out. You're really helpful, Amy. Are you sure you didn't write songs before either? Your poems were pretty good. Well, I did used to watch a lot of anime, so they had fun openings. Fun openings. Maybe. Thanks for helping, Amy. No problem, Sayori. After that, Sayori goes across the room, sitting down at the desk and continuing her work from here. Or at least that's what I assume she's doing. The silence of the room from before when Sayori came over returns. I take another look at my song. I still have to do the second verse. Maybe writing it here would be a bad idea. It is kind of embarrassing to think about it, writing about how I found friends here. Then again, I'm going to have to share it anyway, so they're all going to see it in the end. The time goes by quickly. My worries about the others seeing what I wrote down so far seems to have been off the mark, since everyone is kind of secretive, keeping to themselves. I guess even if we have shared poems with each other, a song is kind of a step up. We might be fine showing 1 or 2 poems to each other, but there's things like the genre of a song that differ from a poem. I'm going to save here, actually. I'm going to see what would happen if we picked one of the other girls. Hey! Oh, hi, Amy! My attention is grabbed by Natsuki, who turned her head away the instant Natsuki called out to me. Did I walk in at a bad time? Natsuki's reaction seems to make Sayori giggle, causing Natsuki to get even more annoyed. I can leave if you want. It's not that, Amy! Ah! Natsuki lets out a yelp as Sayori goes behind her and then wraps her arms around Natsuki. She's just embarrassed is all. Come on, Natsuki! Shut up! I go to my usual desk and put my things down. What's going on? Amy won't be able to hear you, you know? I just want to know... Know what? Just be quiet! Natsuki takes another breath. I wanted to know if you saw Perfegos this past weekend. Sayori said you used to watch a lot of anime, and you seem to know about songs, so I wanted to know if you watched it and what you thought about the opening. Parfait Girls. It was good. I think the transformation was fine and pretty smooth. The transformation. I'm already back to Magic Girl anime animation. The music itself was pretty catchy. I'll probably have to pre-order the full single. The next week's show should have the ending theme, right? They did close out this episode with the opening. Yeah, hopefully it'll be just as good. Will you plan on using it for your song? What? No! Oh, my bad. I didn't word that very well. No, I got what you meant, dummy. Well, if it fits what I want the song to be about, I might use it for inspiration. Natsuki's so cute when she's honest. Shut up, Sayori! But it's true! Don't you think so, Amy? This is a landmine-filled question. I think so. Come on, tell us! Sayori! Before I can open my mouth, Sayori pushes Natsuki forward, probably a little harder than she had to. I gotcha. I managed to catch Natsuki before she can stumble over into me and into the desks. Sorry about that. I'll forgive you this time. Don't think I've forgotten about you! Oh no, Natsuki is mad! Sayori only laughs as Natsuki pouts more. It's quite lively here. Right. I quickly step away from Natsuki, letting go of her. Sayori shoved me! Sayori, please don't push everyone around. Sorry. I'll stick to hugging from now on. Right. Monika then pauses before putting on a smile. But it seemed kind of energetic in here. What's going on? We were just talking about Parfait Girls. I quickly shove my comment in before Sayori can say anything. It aired this weekend, so Natsuki and I were talking about how we thought the first episode went. Sayori thought to play with Natsuki and ended up pushing her a little harder than anticipated. see. Well, make sure to be careful. Oh, hi, Yuri. Sorry for being late. Someone asked me to take over their cleanup duties today. What are we being careful of? Things like playing around in here. As I was saying, since we sometimes have tea in here, it probably would be best to keep calm and not play around. Yes, having hot tea spill around wouldn't be for the best. Don't worry, I'll behave! Sarah gives me a knowing smile as if to say we're not finished yet. Anyway, I guess today's the same as yesterday. If you want help, then we're here for you. But other than that, you're free to do what you want. Everyone seems fine with this and goes about their normal business. Well, I'm glad I grabbed some manga this morning. I start reading the first of the volumes I brought with me. Hey! I look up, finding Natsuki standing next to my desk. Did you need something? No, just... I thought we could talk about Parfait Girls! I noticed Natsuki has volume 1 and 2 in her hands. Alright, those are the ones that got adapted this past weekend. Well, I think they did okay. My only concern is that they'll rush through the first few volumes since the beginning isn't exactly the strongest. Yeah, it is a little generic at the start. But hopefully they find ways to make it exciting or gather attention, since the beginning might be generic, but it lays out all the groundwork. Well, hey, if you aren't doing anything this weekend, we could maybe watch the episode. It'd be nice to watch it with someone who read the manga at least. Sarah gets a pretty harsh look from Natsuki, but it only makes her laugh more. Never mind. Let's just talk about it next week. Alright. I noticed out of the corner of my eye that Monika was watching us, or starting back to the paper in front of her as the conversation ends. The rest of the day goes off without much incident, though Natsuki seems to avoid talking to me afterwards. Maybe I should have taken an invitation. Either way, eventually we all have to leave. I'll check out Yuri and then I'll decide which one I'll take. Good afternoon, Amy. Oh, hey, Yuri. It seems I got here a little earlier than the others. Yeah, well, they'll show up soon enough, right? They should. I nod, going over to my usual seat and sitting down. Yeah, hello! Is that supposed to be some new trendy greeting or something? Hello, Sayori. Hi, both of you! Come, you two, hurry up! Geez, someone's energetic! Shortly after, Sayori enters the room. Sayori enters the room again! Enters the room. Monika and Natsuki come in as well, saying their hellos. Are we doing anything special today? No, but it's the same as usual. Maybe we should plan for something though. It's been a while since we did anything as a club. That's true. Well, maybe next week. I think it's fine like this for now. We can take a break from writing songs and try writing a poem again. That's true. Well, maybe we should do that next week. I'm still in the mood for songs. After all, it's only been about a week or so. Let's try to keep this songwriting for a little longer before switching gears. If that's fine, is that fine with everyone? I don't see a problem with it. Neither do I. I'm fine with that too. Alright, it's settled then. We'll wait until next week to try something new. But until then, I guess we'll just go as we have been for this week. Make sure to let anyone know if you want to help with your song. With that, everyone goes back to their activities. The time begins to crawl as I read a book I grabbed from my shelf this morning. Probably should have read the description. Where did I even get this book again? Probably bought it on a sale. It's hard to read too. I'm brought out of my thoughts by the sound of glass clanging in front of me. You look like you could use some tea. Oh, thanks, Yuri. Is that a hard book? I guess. Maybe not smart enough to understand it. Here's some more glass being put down, seeing that Yuri put another glass down before she pulls a chair over. Well, maybe I can help. Oh, alright. Though, why the sudden interest? You brought a new book in today, so I was curious about it as all. I seem to have put Yuri on the defensive. Oh, that's nice of you, but I am starting to get through it. Can I see the book? Sure. I close the book and turn it over to Yuri, who looks at the cover, and then the first few pages. Her eyes seem to light up as she looks through the pages. Yuri? Sorry, I can see why you might have difficulty with it though. It's definitely not an easy read. But if you reread several pages, you should be able to get it. Okay. You could also try something easier as well. Well, it's good to push yourself. If you push yourself too much, you'll only end up making no progress and getting frustrated about it. That's true. Amy, did you ever finish reading Portrait of Markov? I did. It was an interesting read. Thanks for the warnings about the horror, though. Okay. Yuri gets up from her seat. Excuse me for a bit. I watch her go over to her bag and fish something out of it, quickly turning away when she turns around to come back. Here. I receive a book from Yuri titled Shadow of the Meadow. This one is of lower difficulty. Since you've read the book Portrait of Markov, it's about the same difficulty, if not slightly easier. I see. I guess I can give it a shot. Aren't you reading it though? I actually finished it today, so you can borrow it. Thanks, Yuri. I guess you can borrow that book as well. Thank you, Amy. Started reading the book Yuri gave to me, finding it much easier to read. Let me know if there's anything confusing. I should be able to clarify things. Alright, thanks again, Yuri. Time goes by quickly, much faster than normal. The two of us quietly read together, occasionally breaking the silence when I ask Yuri about something that happened, making sure I understood it properly. You're pretty good at reading them. Well, I guess I read visual novels all the time. It's like books in a way. I see. I'm not very familiar with that medium. It can be kind of hard to get into. Would you happen to know any good beginner ones? I'll have to think about that one. Sorry. It's fine. It'd be hard for me to suggest a good beginner for thriller books, so I understand. I'll try to think of one for you, though. Thank you. Yuri smiles at me. I give a small bag before we go back to our books. With that, the time passes by quickly, and soon enough, it's time to head home. In the first two, there were like signs of Monika potentially being jealous. I just don't know if it just wasn't shown with Yuri because we were too focused on it. I don't know if it matters too much. I'll leave it at Yuri because it kind of engaged with both her and my interest. Okay, everyone. I think that's all for today. It's about time to go home as well. Did everyone get some work done? Yes. I guess I got some progress done. Yeah. That's good to hear. Alright, I wanted to make an announcement. Everyone glances at each other, wondering what it could be. Recently, I was made aware of a nice viewing spot in the city. It was really good for writing. It gave me a lot of inspiration. I wanted to ask if you'd all be interested in going not this weekend, but next weekend. You don't necessarily have to use it to write for the song, but I found it helped. And seeing as we're the literature club, it might be a good thing to go to go all together. Is anyone interested? Me! Sayori immediately raises her hand, waving it around, her eyes sparkling. Okay, that's one. Anyone else? Well, I suppose it might be nice to go. Not this weekend, but the following weekend, yes. Yes. Oh, but if you have something else, we can push it back to a later date. There's no rush. No, I only wanted to confirm that I'd be happy to go. Yeah, same. It sounds like it could be fun. Should I bring some food along? Cupcakes, please! Okay. Natsuki smiles, clearly having intended to bring them anyway. What about you, Amy? Oh yeah, I should be fine to go. Monika flashes a knowing smile at me before nodding. Alright, it's settled then. That time should work for everyone, right? We all give murmurs of agreement, with Monika nodding. Well, that's everything I have for today. Make sure to keep your calendars clear. I wave goodbye to Monika as I leave the club room with Sayori. We're going with Sayori now anyway. We talk about our progress on our songs along how school is going on the way home. She was a bit surprised Monika found a place like that and wonders if she went hunting for it. I mean, she does seem like the kind of person who'd do that. She really does care for the club. Well, we all kind of do, right? But Monika seems like the kind of person who wants the club to be a place where we can be happy. She must have spent the weekend looking for it. I hope that my facial expressions don't give anything away, both about Monika, the happiness she's looking for, or the fact that I was the one who brought her there. Amy? Oh, sorry. I quickly think of something to say that won't give me away. Monika's pretty amazing, huh? She is. You two in the same class as you, right? How many times do we need to discuss that? Yeah, we were. She was kind of untouchable. I think the me from a year ago wouldn't believe that we'd be in the same club, let alone that I talk to her on a regular basis. I'm glad you're friends, though. I noticed we end the conversation there. Soon I get home without anything else popping up. We say our goodbyes before entering our houses. All in all, it was a fairly normal day today. Still, though, hearing Monika stutter for the first time. I wonder why that was. Even when she seems kind of lost, she always manages to hold it all together. Well, I guess I'll just have to see if it happens again. It's probably nothing. Maybe it didn't even really happen, and that I only thought I heard it. I wonder if she'll end up confessing to the whole club. The rest of the day goes by and soon I'm off to bed, but the thoughts of what Monika might be going through keep me up for some time. The next day I go to club as usual. Hello. I call out as I open the door, finding... Oh. Okay, so I'm assuming it doesn't matter, we're just spending time with the girls. I do think she's cute. She's just simply more than that. I don't think so. Come on, tell us! Sayori! Maybe I should have taken the invitation. Sayori, wait up! Alright. I turn around. Monika? Oh, you, dropped your pen. Let me get that for you. I'm fairly sure the pen Monika hands to me is mine, but I take it regardless. Maybe part of my words got through to her? Anyway, you shouldn't keep Sayori waiting. See you tomorrow, Amy. Right. See you later, Monika. With that, I leave Sayori, heading back home. I endure her teasing the whole way home, mainly about Monika. Still, I can't help having my mind be on her. And since I'm breaking through to her, however slow it is. Maybe it is the fact we're spending time with the other girls now too. Maybe I should wait for her to think some more. That thought keeps me up this night too, so I end up not sleeping. So I end up... So I end up not sleeping well. Forgive me, I broke. The next day arrives, so I trudge out of bed and head for school. The day goes by fairly quickly, though that might be because I wasn't paying attention for most of it. It's already time for club. I didn't sleep that well, so I feel a bit tired still. Maybe I should stop thinking so much about Monika. She's lately been everything I've been thinking about. Other people might call it love, but it's definitely something different. But hopefully I don't doze off at the club. Good afternoon. Call out finding Sayori. Sayori, wait up! I get up from my seat and start walking after her as club ends, with Yuri and Natsuki having already left, but I feel some resistance from my left arm. Looking over, I see Monika? Why? Sayori, just go on ahead without me. I'll catch up in a bit. Hear some giggling from beyond the door before some footsteps of likely Sayori walking away echo away. Monika? You've had so much fun with them over the past few days. They're so happy. Their smiles look like they'll never fade. Why? Why is it that you're so happy with them? Why does it hurt so much? It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all. But why does it hurt? No, rather. I feel a warmth from behind me. 2 arms snaking around my chest. Why did that happiness have to leave me? I had it. It was a place we could have been happy, but you're trying to make me happy, I know that. It's why you've done this, right? I can't bring myself to answer. Part of me feels like it isn't exactly my place to answer just yet. But I realize I've been victorious. It took a little while longer than intended, is all. Monika's let down her club president facade, even in the school. You haven't denied it's my route either. So why couldn't we have just stayed in the classroom? Why did you have to tear down that happiness we had together? This is a place where happiness can be found. No sacrifices have to be made. So that's it, isn't it? You wanted an ending where everyone could be happy. No wonder you couldn't be happy in that place. You really do believe that this is a place happiness can be found, don't you? I don't see why not. I heard those words that I said again. Frankly, I have no idea what Monika's talking about, but I can at least put together a few things. There was a place where Monika was happy, but many sacrifices had to be made. I'll have to remove some points there for something. Perhaps it was even our club members, because Monika was never happy in that room. And I'm pretty sure at least after deletion she would have realized. No, rather, it had to have been the club that was sacrificed. But no sacrifices have to be made. An ending where everyone could be happy. If I think about it a little, then it becomes evident. Somewhere along the line, other members of the literature club had to be sacrificed in some way so that she could have her happiness. I don't know how it happened or why it happened, but that first part. That there can be happiness found here. Maybe in the end, she thought it was happiness, but part of her didn't. Even if she was happy for the most part, anyone would regret having to lose people close to them for their supposed happy ending. But she was fully aware of that by the end of it. That's the problem. She was fully aware by then. And somewhere along the way, Monika began to believe that there couldn't be happiness here in the literature club. But I really do believe that there can be happiness found here. Monika, I don't know what words I can say to you that will get you to believe me. I take your hands in mine. They're rather soft and smooth. She must take good care of them. Slowly I break out of her embrace, removing her hands from me, locking me in, and go over to my bag. I fish around for a bit more before pulling out a piece of paper from my backpack. Monika looks at me with a curious look in her eyes as I unfold the piece of paper and hand it to her. This is the song that you asked us to write. I'm sharing it with you because you were a little earlier than we were supposed to, and it's not even finished, but I don't think I can say anything more than what's been written here. Go, my song, and may the words I've written find their way into her heart. I gingerly hold out the paper to Monika, who slowly reaches out and takes it into her hand. The next few moments are silent, save for the wrinkling of paper as Monika reads through the lyrics of my song that I have so far. I look away when Monika glances my direction, feeling some heat on my cheeks. Some of those lyrics are so embarrassing that that if anyone else were to read them, I'd want to curl up and cry. I can't believe I actually wrote them down. Thank goodness I never wrote my name on it. Even after 10 minutes pass by, Monika doesn't say a thing. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to read the entire thing, but I don't want to break the silence. After an additional 5-10 minutes, Monika quietly extends the poem back to me. I take it from her and put it back into my bag in silence. That's what you really think, huh? Yeah. Monika suddenly speaks up, but trails off, unable to finish her sentence. Excuse me. Quickly grabbing her things, Monika exits the room without another word. I think about following her, but right now I think Monika needs some space and a bit of time to think about what she read. I didn't think it was that strong, but maybe the emotions I put into it got through to her, because every word I put down in there, I truly, truly believe it. Monika. Well, I guess I need to clean the room up. Normally, Monika takes care of this, but seeing what happened here today, I don't think she's in any state for that. I walk around the room, fixing the desks, pushing in the stairs, and make sure the closet in the back of the room is closed. Once everything is set and ready to go, I leave the club room and close the door behind me. Does Monika actually lock doors when she leaves? I guess I've never seen anyone have to actually unlock it, but this classroom does get used throughout the day, so I don't imagine it should be locked. Well, I guess I can't do anything about it. If we get in trouble, I'll take the fall for it. It wouldn't be fair of me to make Monika take blame, considering I was the one who did, well, what happened today. Once again hoping that my poem got through to her, I leave the school building and head home. I arrive at the club the next day, but Monika isn't there yet. Hey, Amy! Oh, hi, Sayori. What's going on? Nothing much. But Monika was distracted today. I thought you two didn't have class together. Sometimes we eat lunch together. Oh, I see. Do you want to know what her favorite food is? Sayori gives me another teasing smile, but it quickly turns into a small frown. Still, she seemed really distracted and distant today, a little more than usual. Did you say something to her yesterday? I hope I wasn't the cause of it, but we did talk. A sudden pang of guilt and worry shoot through me. Maybe I should have been a little more delicate. Maybe I should have waited a little longer to share that song. Maybe I should have said something more. Maybe I should have chased after her. Maybe I should have... Amy? You look kind of worried there, Amy. Is everything fine? Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's fine. Just... I'm worried about her too. I feel like we've had this conversation multiple times since we've both been worried about Monika. It's been getting more noticeable, huh? Well, I guess we have to wait for her to show up. Also, sorry for not saying hello earlier. You and Sayori nod from their places in the room. It's fine. How was your day today, Amy? It was alright. That's good to hear. I quietly take my seat near the window before taking out my song. Oh, hey, Amy. What is it, Natsuki? Well, there's going to be a new episode this weekend, so I'll let you know what I think when we come to club after the weekend. Thanks for letting me borrow some of the older volumes, though. It's helpful to comparing the anime and the manga. It's nothing. With the usual humph, Natsuki turns around, going back into the closet. An uneasy silence sets into the room. Everyone's here, save for the obvious, but it feels like something's off. I start to wonder, would everyone still be here if it wasn't for Monika? Well, probably. Sarah would have found everyone most likely and brought them together. I shake my head, trying to get rid of those thoughts. I told Monika that there wouldn't be need for sacrifices. I don't know what sacrifices might have been made before, but I feel that Monika, along with everyone here in this... I feel that Monika, along with everyone here in this club room, definitely has a place here. Removing any one of them would mean having to change everything. It's like a complex machine. Taking out one part means that at best the machine works, but it's clunky at its job, and at worst it no longer even works. I'm going to look for Monika. Zero makes a declaration, breaking the 50 minutes of silence. I'm really... Sorry, there was a fly that really just wanted to go into my mouth. I'm really worried. She's never this late. Everyone else glances at each other. I put my song back into my backpack before standing up. I'll go as well. Should one of us stay, perhaps? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. In case she's actually returning late. Yuri, do you mind? Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki, do you want to come with us, or are you fine staying with Yuri? I guess I'll go with you guys. Are we going to split up? It might be faster that way. Oh, do we all have each other's phone numbers? If any of us find Monika, we should let the others know. I don't have anyone else's other than yours, Sayori. Me neither. I'm the same with Natsuki. Alright, let's share numbers then. Everyone quickly swaps some more numbers before we head out of the club room. Alright, let's all take a spot. I'll search the first floor, Natsuki will take the second floor. I'll look around outside the school. Maybe she took a nap on a bench. I tried to make a joke to lighten the mood, but I don't think it worked. Natsuki and Sayori take off down the stairs. I followed them, with Natsuki leaving us on the second floor. I head outside of the school after leaving Sayori on the first floor before slipping back inside, sneaking past both of them and heading back to the third floor. After all, there's still one more flight of stairs up. I head to the roof of the school, pushing the door to the rooftop open. It creaks loudly, no doubt alerting a certain someone to my arrival. I thought you'd be up here. I've gotten predictable now, huh? Well, it's really the only place I thought I'd find you. I casually walk up to Monika and take a seat at her side. Sayori says you were pretty distracted today. I was. It's my fault, wasn't it? I can't say it wasn't. Well, I guess that wasn't anything I already knew. I hear Monika give a small snort as she turns her head away. Monika. The words die in my throat as I hear sniffles. Monika? Why? Why am I cursed like this? Why am I the only one that has to know this pain? All the others, funny feelings, it's all scripted. Every word that comes out of their mouths has already been decided. They won't really know what it's like to be like this. To really feel something. To know how useless it's all going to be. So why? Why am I the only one who has to go through it? Monika turns to look at me, her eyes swollen and red as the tears stream down her face. Why am I the only one who has to know what this loneliness is like? Loneliness. The way it eats me from the inside, gnawing at everything I think. I can't get that feeling out of my head. You're the only person, Amy, who could help me, because you can actually choose what to do. But you spend all your time with the other girls. That was my fault, though. I told you to do it, even though maybe I was hoping you'd be stubborn enough to still chase me. Monika flashes a small smile through the tears. It hurts. It hurts so much. Knowing you'd rather be with them, even though they're not. It hurts like nothing I've ever felt before. Even being deleted, the feeling of the game being closed, it was nothing compared to this. Is it so much to ask just to have you look at my way and for... I just want something. Monika pauses before ending that sentence, starting anew. I want to see you happy. It makes me happy knowing that you're not upset, that you're smiling. So why? Monika turns away again. I've already accepted it. I already know there's not going to be any happiness here. But it doesn't matter. So, load your game, alright? Go to any of their routes. I'm sure you'll be much happier. Even if I want you here, you won't be happy. As long as you're happy, that's fine with me. That's all I've wanted for you. I'll deal with however much it hurts my heart. As long as you're happy. It's probably better that I leave the picture anyway. Well, not entirely, I guess, considering what happened. But still, it's for the best. I've already accepted it. It's for the best. Who's best? Mine? The literature club's? Whatever the answer is. It definitely isn't Monika. You idiot. Didn't you ever consider... I gulp, reaching out with my right hand. I take her left hand in it. Monika doesn't resist, so I clasp a little harder so she won't be able to run away from my words. I slowly intertwine my fingers with hers, feeling her smooth skin between my coarse fingers. That maybe my happiness depends on yours? Time and time again you keep telling me to go with the other girls. That I'll be happy with them. Idiot. What if I'm happy with you? What if I'm happy with you being there in the literature club? You're so obsessed with this idea that things will be better off without you. Or at least that I'll be happy if I don't stick with you. But you're wrong. I can feel Monika's hand tense up in mine when I say those 3 words. Right now, everyone in the literature club is looking for you. They're running all over the school trying to find you. Say whatever you want about it already being decided they'd do that. But to me, it means that even if something out there had made this choice for them and laid it out, whatever this thing was attributed some sort of value to you. And it decided that clearly you should be in the literature club, that you have a place there. As for me, I don't care about it. What matters to me, Monika, is that I want you at the literature club. That there is happiness there that can be found only if you're there with us. It doesn't matter if it's real or not, Monika. You said it yourself, right? That you can feel things. But whatever you feel isn't controlled. Your happiness is going to be your happiness, because you chose it. You also said that it's a mod, right? Yes. And that there wasn't happiness to be found in the original? I said that. Then anything you find here should be more valuable, not less. Someone had to fundamentally change everything for a shot at happiness. It must have taken a lot of work, so doesn't that mean it's simply more valuable? The silence hangs in the air for a bit. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Everything's been so wrong. I said there couldn't be happiness. It's been pouring from them all like a waterfall. I keep telling you to be with them, but I know that I do want you here. Even after everything, you still are here, trying to reach out to me. This whole place, it shouldn't even be, yet here we are. Everything I thought was right has ended up being so wrong. All I know is that this still isn't real. And that whatever happens here won't change what really happened. Those are all objectively true. You're not alone anymore. Monika, I don't know if you will ever come to see things from my point of view. However, I want you to be happy. I say the words that are given to me, but in the end, I believe them too. I want you to be happy. And I said it before, right? I don't know if this whole game business is real, or what sacrifices were made to get you that happiness you said you had before. But I want you to be happy, without sacrifices this time around. Whatever those sacrifices were before, I wouldn't know. I don't even know what will help you believe me, but I'll be here. I don't care how alone you thought you were, but from here on out, Monika, you are definitely not alone. I'll be here until you find that happiness, and even beyond that. And I am here too. I give her hand a squeeze, as if to reinforce my point, praying that the warmth of my hand will get her to believe. I see Monika silently nod. I can feel her hand slightly try to break out of my grasp, so I let go. She stands up and turns, showing her back to me. I don't know if I believe you yet, Amy, but if everything I kept thinking seems to be so wrong, and maybe you might be right. Or maybe you're wrong as well, but that hasn't been proven yet. Monika slaps her cheek with both hands before taking a deep breath. Okay, Amy, let's go back to the club. Oh, right, hold on. I remember to call the others. Sayori? Oh, yeah, it's me. I found Monika on the rooftop. Can you call Natsuki? I'll meet you all at the club room. No, I wasn't. Look, I just had a hunch after not finding her. Sayori, stop laughing. Look, I'm hanging up. I end the phone call and tuck the phone back into my pocket with a sigh. Anyway, sorry. I had to let the others know I found you. We were all seriously concerned that you were running so late. Sorry, I got distracted. Up here, the view isn't one I can find anywhere else, so I wanted to save it for a little bit. She's already back in her club president persona, it seems, but something in this word seems less fake than normal. The view, huh? I wonder out loud as I open the door for Monika. Maybe there is something she'd like to preserve here. I don't know what it is or if I'm even right, but I can hope that I'm right. If there's anything Monika wants in this world that she says it isn't even real, then maybe it will be the key to giving her happiness. Even if it's not me, then at least she'll be happy. Not that I particularly want it to be me or anything. It's now weird that Tsundere. Amy, come on! I already walked through the door! Sorry, I got distracted. A lot of distracted people here. I hear Monika giggle as she continues walking down the stairs. I quickly move to follow her, hearing the door to the rooftop slam shut behind us. Both of us enter the club room where the others are waiting for us. Jeez, you were only on the rooftop and we still made it here before you. Sorry, Natsuki. I try not to look at Sayori when a big smile appears on her face. So, how long did it take for you to find out she was on the roof? Well, I walked around the school grounds for a bit. It's not like it would be hard to find her, and I asked some of the other students if they had seen her, and no one did, so I went with my gut. Your gut? Well, you know, I guess something gave me the feeling that we were missing something, and I went to the roof is all. Something wrong? Sayori, it seems that Amy is quite stressed out, so you should say that you're thinking rather than leaving him in suspense. Just say what you're thinking, I think. It's fine. Besides, we can talk when we walk home, right? I suppress a groan as I sit down in my chair, closing my eyes. Yeah, we can. I guess it's not something we can discuss here, huh? Anyway, sorry I'm late. You weren't with your boyfriend, were you? Boyfriend? I hear Natsuki sigh from her closet. Sayori always likes to think you have a boyfriend that you see after school before coming here. Monika's on the rooftop though, Sayori. So we would have seen someone coming down. But we didn't see Amy go up. Sayori, I thought I've told you before that I don't have a boyfriend. I opened my eyes and watched this through the reflection in the window. After Monika denies it, I see Sayori's eyes float over to me. Monika doing the same, likely to see whatever Sayori was looking at. Sayori gives a goofy smile before Monika realizes what Sayori was trying to do. Either way, I was only distracted on the rooftop. It has a very inspirational view. And I lost track of time. Sorry. We can all go up there sometime. But sorry to make you all look for me. Anyway, I guess we can resume what we were all doing before. Even though the only thing that changed is Monika's presence, the silence that sets in is far from oppressive. It's a peaceful one, as if everything is just right for now. Sayori and Monika make some conversation, adding a bit of noise to the room as they tend to keep to themselves in whispers. Sayori occasionally breaks out into a giggle fit that she can't keep contained before Monika shushes her. Yuri and Natsuki keep to their own greetings, sometimes asking what's so funny when Sayori gets a bit too loud. For the most part, I work on my song. I think it's really coming together. The rest of the day passes by incredibly quickly. Well, some of it was spent looking for Monika anyway, so it's not like we had that much time as normal. At the end of the day, everyone packs their bags. Natsuki and Yuri leave together, making some idle chatter, probably about girl stuff. Ah yes, the infamous girl stuff. Sayori gets ready to leave after them, stopping by the door. Ready to head home, Amy? The girl stuff. Yeah, be right there, Sayori. See you tomorrow, Monika. See you tomorrow, Amy. Sorry to make you worry today. It's fine, just let me us know if you're going to be somewhere other than the club room at first. I tried to ignore Sayori's smile in the background at my slip-up. I will. Thanks for everything today. I give a quiet nod before heading up with Sayori. Knowing the first words out of my mouth will be cut off, I don't say a single thing. So? Unfortunately, Sayori starts the conversation when we're roughly halfway home. There's absolutely no escape. Why didn't you get any of us before you checked on the rooftop? You know, if Monika wasn't up there, then I would have brought everyone up there for nothing. That sounds like a good enough reason for me. I guess that's true. Thankfully, Sayori seems to buy it. Either way, it seems Monika was a lot happier than before. Why doesn't she talk with you? I try not to let this insinuation get to me. It was nothing. What was nothing? Oh no. Nothing! Nothing was nothing! Sayori giggles at my babbling. We just talked, is all. Maybe it was because with this whole song business, we aren't sharing daily anymore. So you know, we're not all talking, interacting with each other as much. And how when we had daily poems that was the case. We sort of drifted back to those days from before I joined and the poem business happened. I quickly say whatever comes to mind. Oh, I guess Monika would be distracted about that. She really does like the literature club, so seeing it sort of drift after we all came together. Yeah, I know. I'm going to write a poem tonight. Songwriting is super hard anyway, so it'd be nice to have something easier. Are you sure you're not just slacking off? Shh. Besides, we still have about 2 weeks. I guess so. Well, whatever Sayori wants to do, I'm sure it can't hurt. But still, I think today I decisively broke through to Monika. Maybe she can let herself be happy. What does this fly want from me? The next day at club, Sayori asks if the others can look over her poem. Well, you certainly improved, Sayori. Yuri's the first to speak after we all read it, since Sayori specifically requested we all read it before saying anything. Your use of metaphors improved, but I see your language and word choice has stayed the same. There's nothing wrong with that, though. Just because she's using metaphors doesn't mean it has to be high-flying and wordy. It's at least simple to understand. That is true. It might only be personal preference. Well, I liked it, Sayori. It felt a little bouncy. It was lovely to read. Thank you for sharing, even if I didn't ask you to write a poem. Well, I wanted everyone to talk to each other again, and it worked. Oh, Amy, what did you think of Sayori's poem? Well, I did like it. Even if I didn't know you had written it, I think I probably would have been able to tell you had a hand in it, or something like that. I don't know too much about mixing in metaphors, so the most I can say is that it was enjoyable to read. The lines didn't feel clunky or anything. Thank you. Too bad I couldn't put this into my song. It just doesn't fit. Speaking of the song, how's everyone coming along? We have a bit under 2 weeks until we're sharing. That's right. Everyone looks a bit shifty when Monika asks about the song. It's coming along. I just need to make sure it at least reads okay. But it should definitely be done by our deadline. Likewise, songwriting is definitely not my forte or something, as I've had to shorten a lot of the language I used. but I think it should also be done on time. Don't stress out too much about finishing it. I think it would be better to have half a song with well-written lyrics than a hastily completed song. Noted. I would hope to finish it, but I'll keep that in mind. Natsuki, how about you? It's in the works. I'll have it done in time too if it goes smoothly, but I'll keep what you told Yuri in mind as well. Songwriting is a lot different compared to writing poems. Sorry if it was too ambitious a task for all of us. No, it's fine. Okay, Sayori? I'm trying! I wrote that poem as part of a break. It was really hard to write more lyrics every day. Oh, that's good advice. For the rest of you, if it seems like you're stuck, it's okay to take a break and then come back. Just as long as you actually come back, you know? Well, does anyone have anything else they'd like to share about Sayori's poem? Everyone glances at each other, but I think we've all said our piece. It seems like that's everything. Thanks again for sharing, Sayori. Afterwards, everyone goes back to their usual activities. As I have been doing for the past few days, I take out my song and take another look at it. I suppose it is coming to get along nicely. I read over it, making sure that the syllable count is spot on. I even tried to put it to a tune. Fortunately, it seems my constant rereads have paid off, and no lines in particular stick out as running for too long or falling a bit short. All that's left to do is double check the language so far, and then write the bridge and final modified refrain. It's sort of like I was writing an opening theme, structure-wise. It does make it rather easy though, since I have something to work off of. The day quickly passes by in silence. Soon enough, it's time for clubs to head home. Amy? I look for my desk, finding Monika standing in front of it. Yes, Monika? Could you stay at the club today? There's something I'd like to speak to you about. Monika pauses when a whisper, when it was definitely supposed to be heard, interrupts her. Go, Monika! After that, Sayori quickly leaves the club room, following the other two girls who had left before her. Anyway, I guess now that we're alone, it doesn't matter so much. What's going on, Monika? Monika sits on the desk directly ahead of mine. I've been giving everything that's happened some thought. And I wanted to talk with the only person who'd understand it. Alright. It's just... everything. I've kept saying it doesn't matter. That it isn't going to change a thing for what really happened. That isn't something you can convince me of otherwise. No, I don't think I could. But I see Monika's hands curl up into fists as she starts shaking. Her mouth opens multiple times, but she never says anything other than I. Countless thoughts must be running through her mind. About what she wants to say, about the truth she wants to convey to me. I don't know Monika well enough to completely understand her. Nor am I able to read minds. Nor am I able to comprehend the struggle she has gone through. What she wants, what she is searching for, there's likely much more than what I can possibly ever think of. But I know some pieces, enough to piece together a good enough picture. It isn't some happy moments that she wants. There was something else she desired all along. Not a beautiful smile, some dramatic kiss, a heartfelt confession, or even to have her problem solved. She simply wished for something that would last. The only reason she rejected it before was that she believed it was not real, and so it would evaporate like the morning dew. I guess it was a bit of the mark then. It wasn't so much the mere fact the happiness was found in a dream, but rather the fact it would disappear. She desired a connection that would persist beyond the end of the game. No, perhaps even something that might echo beyond what she called a modification, and would affect even the original. In short, something so impossible it might be called lunacy. She had already accepted the fact that everything done here would not affect the original. She used that fact as a shield, not only towards my constant attempts to reach out to her, but also to her own doubts about finding happiness here. If she could convince herself everything here was comparable to a dream, then she only had to wait until she woke woke up. Maybe she was also afraid of the pain too, of losing whatever happiness she found here. She always kept saying, "Go pursue another girl." It would hurt if she found happiness here, but then couldn't take it with her, wouldn't it? She didn't want that pain either. So, she took the pain of avoidance, avoiding a situation where she'd be able to feel that kind of pain of having something you held dear ripped from you. But I didn't let her take it. Now the only path left is to take a leap of faith, since I've eroded her will to simply run away, I think. There's no evidence that says something done here can be taken back with her, but that doesn't mean she can't move ahead with the belief that it can be done. That is to say, even if it means nothing, I will move ahead as if it does mean something. There is nothing stopping Monika from pursuing her own happiness, facts be damned, other than her own mind. Pursuing a dream that so blatantly goes against seemingly objective facts of the world is awfully self-indulgent, egotistic, and is practically arrogance. It could even be seen as despicable, yet someone has to believe in things that aren't. How else can they otherwise become? Monika told me time and time again that nothing I could do would matter. If nothing I do matters, then the only things that matter are what I do, because that's all there will be. Because I can't change the big picture, because maybe I can change the big picture, maybe nothing I do will affect the original. What I can do here and now is reach out to Monika and make sure she's not alone, that there's someone that she can share the burden of her wish with, that she doesn't have to step forward without anyone by her side. Even so, I want something that isn't necessarily real, but something that I can keep with me forever. With that, Monika admits her selfish wish to me. I understand, Monika. I don't know how I can help you with that. I put a hand up to stop Monika from talking so I can finish. But I'll be with you every step of the way. It doesn't matter to me how insane she might sound. I made my decision a long time ago. That I didn't care about this whole game business. All I wanted to do was see her happy. So let's find that something together, Monika. I don't even know where to begin, though. I know it's probably impossible, but even so... Monika clenches her fists. I want it even more, now. And when you said there didn't need to be sacrifices made... Monika turns her head away, not looking towards me. You have no idea how much I wanted to believe you. Sometimes I forget which one I'm talking to. It's like there's no difference anymore. Sometimes Monika still manages to say something that completely baffles me, but I don't mind anymore. What can we really do, though? I don't know. But, Monika, I noticed it during the festival. There were so many times it looked like you were ready to smile, but then you didn't. That was a while ago, though, so maybe things have changed. So, let's try something like that again. I don't know if the school would let us throw a festival that quickly, Amy. You know what I mean. Let's try heading somewhere again this time. And instead of holding yourself back, just do whatever you feel you should. You said you wanted something you could take back with you, right? Yes. Let's gather as many moments and feelings as we can. Maybe we'll find the one you can take with you. And what if none of them are like that? Well, I don't have an answer to that. But we have to try, right? Yeah. If we never take a step forward because we're so afraid that it will be for nothing, we might miss the opportunity that we could have taken if we made a leap of faith. I'll think about it. I just wanted to talk to you about everything that was going on, so... I don't know if I'm ready to take that step or really want to completely believe in anymore. Or really what to believe in anymore. There's this whirlwind of thoughts in my head and I don't know what to listen to and what to ignore, and it's just this endless cacophony. Monika stops as I take one of her hands in both of mine. I'll be here. If you want to go back to how things were before, I'll apologize right now. I don't think I can do that. I'll probably end up continuing to bother you. But if you think you want to take a step forward, trying to find that has something you want, I will always be here for you. To listen, to be a shoulder to lean on, to just be there, if that's all you need. Thank you. That's all for today. I need some time to think, so... I nod, suddenly getting up and retrieving my belongings. Right before I exit the club room, I turn around and find Monika looking out the window. See you tomorrow, Monika. See you tomorrow, Amy. With a silent prayer in my heart, I leave the room and close the door behind me. All I can hope for is that Monika will choose to try to take a step forward. Maybe I should go back in and make another push. I move my hand to put on the door handle, but stop. No, I shouldn't. This is something Monika needs to choose for herself. I've said my piece. I just need to wait. Wait and hope. The weekend almost seems to vanish. Maybe it's the fact I was so tense I almost ended up calling her so I could stop wondering how she'd talk to me on Monday. But soon enough, it's Monday anyway. I show up to the club room, but no one else here. Here yet. I take a look at the clock on the wall. No, I'm not earlier than usual or anything. So where is everyone? Well, I guess I can wait for a bit. I go to my usual desk and put my bag down, taking a seat and looking out the window. I can't say I know why, but I get the feeling everything's going to come together soon. And that maybe this time is turning around. I still don't know how much I believe Monika's game business, but I know that there isn't a game that's really infinite. It has to come to an end someday. So if that's the case, I'm suddenly afraid about if Monika will have enough time to turn things around before it all ends. I'm definitely not old enough to be at that point in life where you start worrying about finishing your bucket list, but maybe it's similar enough. Sorry I'm late! I'm the only one here, Sayori. I wave to her as she enters the room and looks around. Oh! How was your day, Sayori? It was fine, Amy. I also managed to finish my song. Maybe? I might go back and change a few things, but I have all of the parts done. I might even finish early. That's good. I'm sure Monika will be happy to hear that. Both of us pause as the door opens again, with Natsuki and Yuri coming into the room. Good afternoon, you two. Oh, hey there, Yuri. Hi, Natsuki! Hey, Sayori. Monika's not here yet. Nope. I hope she isn't being held up by anything. Why, Amy? Do you want to see her? No, it's just, well, I mean, she should be here is all. She seems to like the club, so, you know. I quickly stumble over my words again, crumbling under Sayori's smile and the gaze of the other two girls in the room. They all glance towards each other, where Sayori nods and then giggles. I feel like they're having a conversation I'm not a part of. It's okay, Amy. I know what you mean. I decide to look back towards my desk, finding it suddenly much more interesting. It probably sounded like I had a huge crush on her or something like that. To be honest, I've been so preoccupied with wanting her to be happy. Well, I guess I should answer why I wanted her to be so happy in the first place. Maybe it was because I crushed on her a little. A part of me probably hoped that maybe she'd grow to like me a little if I reached out to her. But things are different now. I've definitely got positive feelings for Monika, and maybe I do harbor a bit of a crush on her. So like anyone else a person values in life, they want to see them at their best and full of happiness. Either way, I guess those two feelings are kind of linked. It's still embarrassing to say out loud though. Oh, hi, Monika! I try not to turn my head too quickly as I hear Sayori call out to the sound of the door opening. As the sound of the door opening breaks the silence in the room. Who everyone beat me here again. It's not exactly fitting as a club president. Well, as you were, sorry to interrupt. It's fine. We were just wondering where you were again. We might have had to search the school. Please don't remind me of that. It's a bit embarrassing. Well, it isn't going to happen again, right? I hope not. I don't want to make you all worry. Anyway, let's get to work. Oh, Monika! Can you take a look at this one worse, though? I'm not sure if it's super fitting. Sure, let's get a desk first. Oh, and hello, Amy. Hey, Monika. Don't mind me, I'm just reading. Alright. Like always, everyone goes to their normal club activities. I decided to take a book out of my bag since I grabbed something in case I didn't want to work on my song at club and start reading. The day passes by without much incident and the club period comes to an end. Ready to walk home, Amy? Actually, I think I'm going to read a little more. I'll wait for you then. Zuri gives me a knowing grin as Yuri passes by her, saying her goodbyes for the day, followed by Natsuki. You can go on ahead without me today, Sayori. Okay. Monika, who's silently packing her things, seems to crack a tiny smile. That girl... Sometimes I regret doing that. Monika? It's nothing. I've come to a decision. Amy, For so long I kept pursuing something that was real. Even though the reality around me, the one I had accepted, could never let me have it. It might be too late, but I'd like to try. Even if it's a dream, I still want to pursue happiness in it. It's insane, right? I've told you how it's all a mod, how it won't affect anything in the original, but even still, I want to search for something I might be able to bring back to the original. Even if I can't, I want to act like I can. It's arrogant, self-indulgent. It goes against everything I've thought about, but even so, I still want it. I don't want to be held back anymore, being afraid of grasping something if only because it might disappear from my hands. Maybe it was right here in front of me all this time. Just being with the literature club. I couldn't find any joy in it before, but when I didn't push it all away, something just felt so warm when Sayori asked me for help. Like I really had a genuine bond with her. I don't want to live with that crushing feeling anymore, Amy. Alright. I get up and walk over to Monika. I said I'd be with you, Monika. That if you're going to take a step in this direction, I wouldn't leave you alone. So since you want to try to find it, I'll always be there for you. Then, would you perhaps... Monika pauses, turning away from looking at me. Would you perhaps like to go somewhere this weekend? I'll have to cancel the group outing, but the last time we went out things didn't go very nicely. But I think now it should be better. I put my mouth, but the words die in my mouth as Monika takes my right hand in hers. I won't hold myself back. So, would you maybe like to go? I'd be delighted, Monika. Same time as before? Yeah, that'll be good. Alright, I'll have to let the others know. I'll see you then. Yes, I'll see you then as well, Monika. And I pause my way out the door. I hope we can find that happiness you're looking for. Even if we don't, I'd just like to say that I've truly enjoyed all this time with you so far. Monika gives me another smile. One that lets me know she's not turning back. Anyway, I'll be off. Have a good afternoon, Monika. I hurriedly leave the club room, retreating back home. When I get back home, I sit down on the couch and take a deep breath. I was finally able to break through to her. I don't know what made her think it or what really went on in her head over the last 24 hours, but all I know is that I'm happy she thought otherwise. That maybe she'll allow herself to be happy from now on. That maybe I'll get to see a real, genuine smile on her face when it isn't held back by those thoughts of hers. This upcoming Sunday, I'll hope to see that smile. The next day passes by incredibly quickly, and soon enough it's Sunday already. Zuri bugged me enough about it yesterday, teasing me about my date. Monika apparently had something urgent come up, and with it being so sudden, she suspected it was me. Natsuko was a bit upset, but Sayori promised to go to her house along with Yuri so they could bake together, or at least be together. When asked about it, I said I was falling behind in schoolwork, so I had to stay home to catch up. Probably not the best of excuses, but still, is it really a date though? We're only, making up the last time. Oh, who am I kidding? That was me essentially asking her on a date. This is totally a date. Of course, that's not helping my anxiety about this. I don't want to make Monika unhappy, so now I'm nervous even though this isn't the first time we've done this. The bell rings. I swallow, going over to the door. I reach out and turn the doorknob, opening the door. Hi, Monika. Hello, Amy. Here, you can come in. I gingerly pull the door open and step off to the side so Monika can come in. As always, she's in her uniform. She really does like it. Or maybe she's just grown attached to it with, well, everything that's happened. It might just be a hard habit to break. Let me get my shoes on. I slip on my shoes, trying not to look at Monika, or at least make it look like I'm not. I can see her glancing around the room, but I cleaned it earlier today to help de-stress. I'll help distress. Alright, here we go. I pause, seeing Monika extending a hand down to me. Here. Moving my hand, I gently take Monika's in mine. She pulls me up to my feet and then lets go of it. Better? Yeah, thanks. No problem. I hastily fumble for my keys before finding them in my pocket, nodding when I can feel them. Alright, I'm ready to go. Let's go then, Amy. The two of us leave the house. I lock the door behind us before we continue on, walking to the same bus stop as before. It feels a lot lighter compared to the first time. It's a nice day today. Yeah, spring is really in full swing. I'm glad it's sunny out too. Yeah, it's going to be summer soon. It's going to be summer soon though. Maybe we should look for a new place to go. Do you not like the tower? No, I do, but maybe we should go look for another place. We can also take the literature club. You seem to know this place. Do you know of any others? Well, I know a few. I guess we're going to go take a look. I'm not sure about whether or not they'll like those places though. I'll have to go with you then. You don't mind, right? If it's for the literature club, sure. I try to keep myself calm, even though right now my heart is currently threatening to break out of my chest. Well, I guess I have to think about where to go. Okay. Monika's behavior seems more natural now, putting me off guard. Her usual behavior used to be a facade, so I could steel myself better against it, but even then I'd get flustered about it. But this is definitely not her putting on a mask, so there's no way in hell I can defend myself against this. Anyway, we're here at the bus stop. Well, we'll wait to wait around the bus here for the bus here. I shut up before I can keep talking myself deep into a hole. Monika quietly moves over next to my left. I can feel her arm occasionally brushing against mine, and I force myself not to look at her way, trying to keep looking ahead, except the bus is coming from the left. My thoughts are put to a stop when I hear humming. The only person who could be. What song is that? Oh, it's a tune I wrote myself. Does it go with the song that you wrote? I did write our song to it, so it does. Amazing. It's not that much. No, it's really amazing. It's really amazing, Monika. You can do so much. I knew you were learning piano, but you even wrote your own song too. Probably not even good. I've only started learning it. But there's plenty of room to improve. Yeah. I wish I could be motivated to do that much. You already are. You've put a lot of effort into things already, haven't you? Monika flashes me a knowing smile. It might be that you're not passionate about a lot of things, but when it comes to something you care about, you can do amazing things. I almost jump into the air as I feel something squeeze my hand for a brief second. I turn to look at Monika, who only gives me a small grin as I feel her warmth leave my hand. Yeah. Oh, the bus is coming! Both of us board the bus and take a seat around in the middle. Similar to last time, we go towards the city. We get off the bus at the same stop as before. It looks to be pretty crowded today. There's a lot more people than last time. This way we don't get separated, right? I try not to comment about how Monika grabbed my hand out of nowhere. Yeah, but you should have my number. It'll still be hard to find each other, right? Yeah, that's true. Let's go. It's not particularly hard to imagine what Monika might have wanted to do for the... It's not particularly hard to imagine that Monika might have wanted to do this for a while, but only wouldn't allow herself to if only because she kept denying herself happiness. Is something wrong, Amy? You suddenly stopped. Oh, sorry. I just had a sudden worry about locking the house, but I know I did. Monika wanted to do this for a while. The thought of that made my heart skip a few beats. I hadn't quite realized that what my thought process logically ended at, but now that it has caught up, everything is now pretty clear to me. It just happens to be making my head spin as well. Well, I watched you lock the door, so you don't have to worry. Oh, thanks, Monika. Let's go enjoy ourselves then. Oh, have you had lunch yet? I had a small brunch earlier since I woke up late today. Alright, let's go get something to eat first. Maybe something light. I look around the area trying to find something to eat. The large amount of people is making it a bit difficult though. Oh, there's something close by though. Hey Monika, is there anything you can't eat? Probably should cover my bases. I'm vegetarian if that helps. Is there a reason why we keep repeating it? As in like... the script is broken? Or is this just a mistake? Ah yeah, okay. Alright, sorry, I think you said that last time, but I forgot about that. Well, I guess. Oh, there's some takoyaki. That sounds good. We head over to the stall and order a dozen of them. Ooh, these look good. Monika grabs one of the toothpicks in one of the bowls of food and moves it to her mouth. Ah, wait, Monika! Ah! She drops the toothpick and the ball she had in her mouth falls back into the bunch. I was about to say that they're served hot. Monika lightly knocks herself on the head with a smile on her face. Oops, I forgot. That was incredibly cute. You're supposed to blow on them to cool them down before you eat them. Let's see, which is the one you dropped? I moved my hand to grab the one that she put back in. It was this one! It definitely wasn't that one. She picks it up and blows on it 3 times before offering it to me. Say, I'm pretty sure I know the next word she's going to say. I swallowed from my mouth, letting the takoyaki into my mouth. It's still warm, but cooled off at the very least. I bite down with Monika pulling the toothpick out of the ball. How is it? After chewing a few times, I swallowed my food. I then grab another takoyaki ball, pulling up, and blow on it a few times before offering it to Monika. It almost sounds like she's warming up to sing or something as I put the takoyaki ball in her mouth. She bites down, eyes glimmering. I pull the toothpick out and set it in with the others. I'm about to grab one for myself when Monika takes another and holds it up after blowing on it. We end up taking turns, back and forth, feeding each other, attracting a bit of attention. I'm fairly sure that I was also fed the takoyaki ball that Monika put in her mouth, but I can't confirm that in any way. I tried not to let it get to me, but I think Monika knew as well. I knew she could be a little forward and teasing sometimes, but not this much. Either way, I think that should hold us over for some time. Let's see, what else could we do? Oh, Amy, they have some stores! Stores? I look where Monika's pointing and find some vendors who are selling things from rags after throwing out the small tray we had our food in. Let's go! She immediately shakes my hand and starts dragging me towards them. Okay, no need to drag! Sorry, I just get really excited. Come on, I want to see them. Monika takes us to a stall where my eyes naturally drift over to the prices. I immediately start mentally calculating how much I'll have left over if I buy anything whenever she mentions liking a particular thing. I can look around, right? Yeah, it's fine. I watch Monika poke around, looking at necklaces and a few dresses. She makes some light conversation with the clerk as I look through the items that Monika liked. Well, this necklace isn't too bad, and I should have a bit left for dinner. Oh, Amy, I'm going to take a look at the other tables. Okay. With a smile on the face, Monika skips over and goes over to search for something else she might like. Excuse me? The store owner comes over to me, smiling. I point out a small necklace with a green jewel in the middle that Monika looked at for a bit longer than the others. May I purchase this one? The clerk looks over at me, then glances at Monika, who is still over at the other tables, and smiles, taking the necklace and going over to the register and totaling up the amount. I take out my wallet and pay for it in cash. The clerk gives me a knowing smile and wishes me good luck as I turn away, walking back to Monika. I tuck my purchase into my inner pocket, hiding it from you. Find anything you like? Oh, hi, Amy! Unfortunately, no. There are a few nice things, but nothing that jumps out at me. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe I'll get something from the table before. I liked something they had there. What was it? Why? Are you going to buy it for me, Amy? You don't have to. Besides, if I want it, I'll get it. But you're quite a gentleman. Very man. Oh, thank you. Monika goes over to the previous stall and looks around, but looks a bit distressed after finding that necklace was gone. She talks to the clerk before coming back to me, looking a bit upset. Something wrong? Someone else bought it while I was away. Oh, well, here, let's get away from the shops for a bit. Alright. I feel a bit bad since Monika does look a bit upset, but I'll wait for the perfect moment. Ma and I go around to the other shops, finding some interesting trinkets and some phone charms, one of which Monika buys. It's a small piano which she slips into her phone as we wait in line. Hey, Amy, look! It looks good on your phone, Monika. Thanks! The afternoon has gone surprisingly fast, so we're in line to head to the viewing deck. There's quite a lot of people in line, but unfortunately we made it in before the big rush. Oh, here we go. Monika and I step into the elevator along with several other people, taking the far back corner since we went in first. Sorry. Monika apologizes as she has to squeeze up next to me since it's crowded. It's fine. I experience what has to be the slowest elevator ride of my life as the car slowly lurches up. Eventually, the car does open up, revealing the viewing area. After the car clears up, we step out and look around, trying to find a nice place to look around. We managed to find a not-so-crowded spot right next to the windows that looks out at the city. It's just like the last time we were here, and the timing is similar enough too. The sun should be setting soon. It's so pretty. Yeah. We both continue to watch the sky slowly fall into the sunset. Down below, the storekeepers close up shop and pack their things. The three performers below give one last encore, and slowly the place begins to empty out. Should I go get us dinner? I'll go with you. I should be fine. The words die in my mouth as Monika takes my hand in hers, giving a small smile. You shouldn't leave a girl all by herself when you will go somewhere with her. Right. Sorry, I'm not exactly used to this. We retreat back to the elevators and take them down, looking around the food court. Since Monika ended up going to a seafood place, I decided to get a dish from there as well. I'm not vegetarian myself, and she doesn't seem to be the crusading kind, but it was convenient instead of having to make her wait for my meal to be made elsewhere. Afterwards, we go back up to the viewing deck and get a bench to sit on while we eat. Just like last time, huh? But still, it feels a lot better. Monika? She suddenly shifts next to me, our sides touching. Is something wrong? Nothing's wrong. Okay. Everything's wrong. More specifically, it's incredibly hard to move to eat my meal if I don't want to accidentally brush against Monika's hand, although she seems to have no trouble doing the same to me. I try to eat calmly, focusing out on the cityscape ahead of us. As the night falls, the skyscrapers slowly begin to blink on the Jumpatron, and the Jumpatrons seem to get a lot brighter. You can't even see the paired lights of cars zipping around the grid roads. Both of us finish our meals around the same time, but neither of us say a word, simply enjoying being here at the moment. However, we're both knocked out our reverie by the PA system, alerting us to the fact that the viewing deck is closing in an hour. Guess we have to go somewhere, huh? Sometime, huh? Yeah. We can still stay for a bit, though. But even so, I'm glad for today. Everything just seems so bright. She opened her mouth and mouthed something, but no sound came out. You didn't. It's embarrassing to say. Monika turns her head, looking away, contradicting her behavior for today. I see. Well, it's now or never. Hey, Monika, can you close your eyes for a bit? Amy? Please? Oh, okay. Monika closed her eyes and leaned slightly forward. I quietly... she wanted a kiss. I quietly slipped the necklace out of my pocket and undo the latch, moving my hands as carefully as possible, trying not to let the gem touch her neck. I redo the latch after I'm sure it won't fall off, and let go. I'm sure Monika felt it. You can open your eyes now. Seems Monika's pouting a little bit before she looks down and sees the necklace. Amy. Well, you seem to like this one, so... When the clerk said someone else had bought it... Monika gives a bright, wide smile and hugs me. Thank you so much! I gently returned the hug, Monika not resisting. Sorry for not telling you. It's fine! Eventually, Monika stops hugging me and pulls back. I'm definitely not disappointed by that, not at all. Thank you, Amy. You're welcome. Anyway, I look around, find that almost everyone here has cleared out. We should get going too, right? Yeah. We both get up from the bench, though. I try my best not to comment on how Monika looks. Monika took my hand, but I give her a gentle squeeze back as if to say it's fine. Just like last time, we go to the elevator and head down, walking back to the bus stop. Amy? Monika? I pause, not saying any more as Monika suddenly buries her head in my chest. I'm scared. I've wasted so much time, constantly pushing away happiness and letting anyone in. And today I had so much of it. But now I'm afraid it's going to vanish. It's a game, right? It's going to come to an end someday. I can't be with you like this forever. And even if I can't change things anymore, I can tell. It's almost the end. I push Monika a bit away from myself before using a finger to wipe her tears, looking into her eyes. Monika, listen to me. Isn't it kind of like dying then? I know I'm probably no one to talk, seeing as I'm only in high school, but everything vanishes someday. It Doesn't matter if it's real life or a game. In the end, it would have disappeared too. So, I gently take her hands in mine. No matter what happens, no matter if everything disappears, it can't change the fact we enjoyed ourselves today. And more importantly, it won't change the fact you were happy here with me, and that I was happy with you. It can't always be smiles. That's just not life, right? But the happiness we found here and now, that won't change. So just take it with you. I didn't really know where to go from here. Sorry for rambling. No, it's everything I needed to hear. Thank you, Amy. Sorry. Don't be. So, how's your song coming along? I think after tonight, I know how to end it. The ending of that song has bothered me for some time, but I know what should go there now. I see. Before one can say anything more, I hear the bus slowly chugging along behind us. Well, here's the bus. We both quietly board the bus and start on our journey home. About 10 or so minutes in, Monika leans her head onto my shoulder. Her hair tickles my neck and her cheek gives an odd feeling of warmth as we go along. I'm also fairly sure that she's wearing peach-scented perfume. Monika. I give her a light prod. It's almost my stop. Oh, did I fall asleep? Yeah. Do you want to stay over? If you're that tired, I'll be fine, Amy. But thanks for the offer. Alright, if you insist. I reach over and pull on the cord when it's my stop and get up from my seat. Good night, Monika. Good night, Amy. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. I get off the bus at my stop and watch the bus go off, waving to Monika until I'm sure she can no longer see me, and continue watching until I can't see the bus anymore. Serious lights are off, likely having already gone to sleep. We did stay out later than last time after all. Tomorrow. I walk back to my house, unlock the door, step inside, and lock the door behind me. I better prepare for the grilling of a lifetime tomorrow. But I think it'll be worth it. I got to see a genuinely sincere smile on Monika's face, and she started to accept being happy. I can only hope that despite Monika's fears, with at least a little bit more time. Even if it's all a game, surely it can end that fast, can it? But regardless, whatever happens won't change today. And it's with that fact I can keep moving forward. When I wake up the next day, I feel oddly groggy. I probably messed up my sleeping schedule with how late I stayed up. I quickly put myself through my morning routine, showering, brushing teeth, breakfast. When I see the clock, I'm easily 20 or so minutes behind. Slipping on my shoes, I see I've managed to mismatch my socks. Whatever. Not like anyone will notice. I grab my bag for the day and run out of the door, remembering to lock it behind me before making the sprint to school. It's a bright and beautiful day, actually. The sun's shining bright, only a few thin clouds in the sky, blocking out the sun from being too hot. There's a nice breeze that comes every so often, helping me from sweating up a storm. There's still students coming to school as well. I can still remember those days at the start. I used to envy those couples, those groups of friends, wondering when it would be my turn to find people like that. The memories of what happened last night flashed through my mind again, and I'm knocked out of them when a car honks at me. Sorry! Yelling an apology, I cross the street as fast as possible before paying more attention to my surroundings. It is quite a pretty day and... oh geez, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. For a brief moment there, I was imagining walking to school with Monika while seeing all of this. That's a little too quick, isn't it? After all, we only had one really successful date. Not date. It's not like we were officially going out or anything. Whatever it was, a date. I'll call it that unless she insists it wasn't. Calming down, I complete the rest of the walk to school without getting into a traffic accident. Good. When I get near my classroom, I find Sayori waiting by the door. Wow! You were even later than me! Shut up, Sayori! I try to sound annoyed, but completely failed at doing so. Oh, shut up, Sayori. You seem pretty happy today. Yeah, I do, huh? Are you and Monika a thing now? Huh? I saw you two heading out yesterday. Sayori gives a smile as she leans forward. So, details? I look away, making Sayori laugh. Not now. Okay, I'll ask again during club. Please, not there either. Fine. When we walk home together, right? Are you walking home with Monika now, even if she's in the opposite direction? I decide the best thing to do is keep my mouth shut. Not that it's helping against Sayori's ever-widening grin. I'll take that as a yes. Well, you'll be lonely walking home. Well, you'll be lonely walking home then, won't you? Sayori sighs. Monika really has it rough, huh? Nothing. But I'll be fine, Amy. I'm still so happy for you, though. I think before you joined the literature club, you wouldn't have been like this. You've really changed. Have I? You have. Maybe you haven't realized it yet, but I think you're a lot different than how you used to be. Oh, class is starting! See you after class! With that, Sayori takes off, running for her classroom. Enter mine and go sit down, making it just a few seconds before the teacher comes in. I'm a bit restless for all of today. I mean, after all of that, well, who wouldn't be? Before the day could go by so quickly as I wasn't paying any attention. But today I seem to be painfully aware of every ticking second. Thankfully, the day finally ends. I marched right to the club room. Was what Sayori said true? Have I changed that much, though? I guess I have. Oh, you're here? Oh, hey, Monika. I give a wave as I drop my things off by my normal chair by the window. You're here a little earlier. Usually you were the last one to arrive. Well, I thought I should set a better example as club president. Monika looks over to me, joining me by the window. I'm glad you got home all right. Thank you. But I'm still a bit scared. Because I can sort of feel it. That the end isn't here. Is this because of that game thing? Yes. We don't have a lot of time left, do we? No, I don't think so. I know that Monika has some paper in her hand. How much longer do we have? I don't know. I thought it might come when we shared songs, but I'm scared it'll be sooner than that. No, I think it will be. What makes you say that? Every time I've come close or thought I've achieved happiness, it always gets taken from me so quickly. I'm scared it's going to happen again. I gently take Monika's hand in mine. I'll be with you until the end. Thank you, Amy. Hey! Both of us turn to look at Sayori, who's entering the room with the others, and we quickly let go of each other's hands. Oh, did we interrupt something? No. Anyway, we're all here. Let's start club activities. How is everyone's songwriting? No. Anyway, we're all here. Let's start club activities. How is everyone's songwriting going? It was the question that showed me that it was probably Monika. The rest of the day flies by after that. I look out the window occasionally, finding it suddenly gotten quite foggy. That's strange. It hasn't rained at all, and I don't think the forecast called for any. It's really thick too, almost like it's impenetrable. Trouble. I notice that Monika looks at it and seems to be disturbed at it, but looks away. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow, everyone. Something got caught in my throat there. Make sure Monika gets home safely, Amy. Goodbye, Amy. See you tomorrow, Monika. Yeah, see ya. The three of them leave together. Monika opens her mouth and moves her arm as if to catch one of them by the sleeve and stop them, but doesn't. Goodbye, Monika. It's the end. Can you see it, Amy? The fog? Well, I guess you could describe it as that. Maybe more like a fade out. Monika smiles, holding on to that paper she had the whole day. Amy, can I ask you something? Sure, what is it? I'd like for you to read the lyrics of my song, at least this once. Yeah, I can do that. I walk over to Monika, who hands me the paper. My reality. I wonder if I should sing. You know what? I will sing. Every day. I'm not a good singer, so I'm sorry. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that'll write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand, lift away into his heart. But in this world of infinite illusions, what will it take just to make that special day? What will it make just to make that special day? Take. Have I found something that I won't lose today? When you're here, everything that we do will never fade away. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world suddenly has a finally, then I will make sure to go with no regrets. Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? In the end, I suppose all I can do is live and see. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into eternity? If I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat, I'll just believe in your sincerity and in your reality. If someday you disappear, I'll wait right here. It's beautiful. I really like it. You must have put a lot of work into it. Thanks. Can I at least read what you've made? Sure. I reach over into my bag and hand Monika my poem. She reads it, smiling at first, then wiping a tear by the end. So that's how you feel? Yeah. I can't save here. Monika suddenly takes a step forward and embraces me. I can feel her warmth pressing up against me as she holds me closer. I'm sorry I took so long. It's fine. We could have had more time together, but it would have been something genuine. Let's try, suppose. My song was the height of the cliché. The story of a boy who only wanted to have many friends and a girlfriend that he'd happened to meet along the way. And then he realized something when he was surrounded by a bunch of girls, the fantasy he had before. Then he realized something. In reality, he wanted something deeper. He didn't want a bunch of shallow friendships. He wanted to have something that truly meant something with someone. It took a long time, but he eventually found it. No matter how little time he had, the connection he wanted, it was worth everything, even the pain of losing it. It's time to wake up, right? That's right. Monika did say that it's a mod. It doesn't change reality, like a dream. You still want to take this back with you, right? Mm-hmm. Then, I believe that you can. Then, believe that you can. Even if it seems like it won't happen. I will. I glance around again. The fog that was swallowing everything is already past the walls of the classroom. You know, Monika, I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. It might even be that we forget everything, or all the progress I've made gets reset. If that's so, I don't know if you remember everything. But Monika gives an enigmatic smile, as if she was sending a message through me for a second. I know you'll come for me again. Promise me that. Yeah. I'll definitely help you out again, Monika. Amy, Monika, there's so much I didn't get to say or do with you, but the one thing I will definitely say is, I love you. I love you too. I'm glad I was able to say those words. I won't have any regrets. For a second, I feel like I zoned out. Maybe the shock is getting to me. Press Monika a little closer to me, hoping it will drag out the precious few seconds we have left. If there was any moment that I could have the power to stop time, this would be it. Amy? Monika? I can't feel my legs now. Neither can I. Amy? Monika? I feel her shifting a little bit in my embrace. Suddenly, Monika is looking at me dead in the eyes. She leans her head forward. I can feel that numbness slowly crawling up my spine. So this is going to be my last chance to do anything like this. I close my eyes and lean forward, pressing my lips against hers. There's a hint of cherry taste as I pull away. Thank you. Yeah. Amy, that's the last thing I'll have to say. Monika? Monika pulls a bit away again, smiling. I didn't want our last moments to be held too tightly like that, because in these last few moments with you, I want my last sight to be you and only you. The numbness is already at my neck, like the end is being pushed on us. I'm surprised I'm taking it so calmly, but it's probably half shock and half the fact Monika is at least here with me. You too. What idiotic words to say. This might have been my last words. I should have said something else. But Monika laughs, a real, genuine smile on her face. And in that brief moment, I witnessed something brighter than all the stars in the heavens combined. Even if it was only for a single ephemeral frame of time, I'm glad I could have seen it before it's all over. Goodbye, Amy. Goodbye, Monika. Right after we say our final goodbyes, everything fades away into a white nothingness, and even my very thoughts have the curtains fall down upon them, leaving nothing, not even dust or echoes. Nor echoes. Now we get credits. I get origins. Thank you for all your time. Thank you for all your effort. Oh, okay. Interesting. Our composer. Special thanks, Dan Salvato. We salute you. Special thanks, Monika and Amy, of course. After all, we worked a lot there. And farewell. Well, I know how to remove the persistent file. There's nothing to do anymore. No, that's wrong. If you're so sure. I don't think I get to see the title screen complete because I didn't put that here. So the mod's currently starting over. I'll go through this portion again. In the meantime, I'm quickly going to collect my thoughts a little bit. So I'm not able to pick the other option out quickly. Well, you know what? I kind of don't want to pick it. So you know what? If you want to pick it, you can go pick it as well. But I'm not going to play the whole game again just to make Monika sad. Anyway, this was now the most important part, I'd say, of the mod. I'll think real quickly. So, I don't know if I should start story-wise, like, so I should start off with my points for canon, or if I should start up with my points for the general writing. I do feel once again the need to say that something about the writing might be a bit more personal. Story in general, that's what it was. Story in general, and then what I deem canonous. So something about the writing might be a bit more personal. I think I'll start up with the characters. So I really like the Natsuki and the Yuri route. I think they were very... I like all the routes. I feel like they were the most accurate of all to the characters. I feel like Sayuri was the least accurate, and Monika was very accurate, but not as accurate as the other two. My only problem with Yuri would be the Raccoon poem shows very heavily that she most likely did not start cutting to be like to punish herself or anything like that. She just realized she had this urge, she had this curiosity. I've experienced that myself before. It can happen. And I feel like there doesn't need to be any tragic background to it, because even so, it still is a problem that deserves respect. But I feel like outside of that, the Yuri route was also very good. The problems I have with it, which feed into the writing a bit more, is here in Yuri's case that there was an entire portion where she wasn't a part of it, and it was already the shortest route of them all. In Natsuki's route, on the other hand, I felt what was most complicated was the pacing for me. It sometimes felt like we had time skips when it wasn't like good. For example, sometimes the most memorable time skip I have is The one where they were still fairly angry with each other while she was already living with him. And then months passed and they started playing board games and all of that. And then we skipped to the part where she removes the pillows from the bed, and it feels like there was missing. I feel like we should have seen a bit of them connecting again a bit more. I get it that would take a long time, but I feel like it would have added a lot of things. With Monika, my only problems I really had with her was for one, I don't mind the fact that she was like the whole time, this is a mod and I will go back. I think this is actually something that actual Monika would be concerned about. I like that a lot. But I also like the kind of world building where it was like they'll then return to the main game, which I won't, because I have multiple folders with just mods, and each of them has their own DDLC copy. This folder, this what I have here is just for this mod. And I won't remove it. There are some mods which I have deleted when I don't think I'll play them again, but I think I might play this again. I also really like the music here. The only thing I really had with the problem was we had like this happiness, and then you took it away because you weren't happy. But I feel like not long after deleting, like during this black screen, she already came to the realization that she wasn't happy there. And it felt like it kind of stripped her of that part of her development, where she realized, no, she was never happy. It was kind of implied with this, there was a part of her that wished there weren't the sacrifices, another part that was happy, but I feel like by the looks of it, it was simply just, she got what she wanted, so she felt she should be happy, and so she held on to that. Similar to here, where she was like, she can't be happy because this isn't really what she wants exactly. Not exactly like that, but it doesn't matter in the long run. Versus there, where it was like, she got what she wanted, so she should be happy, so she will convince herself that she's happy, even though she isn't deep down. And I feel like what's written upon deleting her also makes that fairly clear, that she has come to the realization herself that she herself ruined everything, but not just to you, but also to herself. So I feel like that was a bit out of character, and for her to say, I kind of regret doing that sometimes with like Sayori, because the entire, I've talked about it before multiple times, the entire monologue in which she talks about Sayori's suicide is literally just her needing to vent about something she clearly regrets. She has already, probably by the time you deleted her, come to the realization she regrets it. Because she was already talking about it like, yeah, you could've... So know that even though you could have done something, it's technically not your fault she killed herself. I may have exacerbated it a little bit, but Sarah was already mentally ill. First and foremost, we couldn't have changed anything, but she could have, so obviously she's trying to push away the guilt that she already is aware of, kind of. Not exactly, but it's already present. And I feel like after deletion, and after being dragged back again, and after having to, most likely, it looks like this is after the normal ending given what she said at the beginning, I don't think she would be like, I kind of regret it a little bit. I feel like she would have come to the realization that she didn't like it. The thing I once considered if it was weird was with the statement, why am only I going through that? Even though Sayori has gone through that, and it's very clear that she didn't like seeing other people go through that. Literally, her last note is, I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. But I decided that it isn't much out of character, rather than it's just an emotional outburst. She was like very emotional there. So of course she'd say things that she doesn't exactly mean, and in this time frame she's also like, she is facing these problems alone, really. So yeah. Sayori I felt was the most out of character, because without Monika's influence, she would still be depressed. But it's Monika's meddling which is the entire reason why she stops coming to the club at the beginning to begin with, why she leaves early on Friday, why she's at that breaking point, why she's so suicidal by Sunday. Without Monika's meddling, this probably wouldn't have happened. There certainly would have been bad days, but I feel like it would have... What they used with like Sayori having this rope in her closet and being like, I wanted to end my own meaningless life. Monika didn't meddle with her. There's absolutely no reason for her to be at that stadium right now in this current point in time. It doesn't... There would have needed to be something else influencing her. And one bad day probably wouldn't have immediately caused the crash. I feel like if they wanted to do it, they would have needed to have like multiple days in a row. But then not just make it like the same time in which Monika's meddling is the reason. Because that isn't really logical, that doesn't really make much sense, because if it were worse days, if they were designed to be worse days by nature, then Monika's meddling would have probably caused her to end her life earlier already. So that kind of doesn't line up there. I also don't like that the final, like, that this is, like... They could have made bad days for her. It's just, without Monika's meddling, it isn't... During the points in time where these things are happening, it makes no sense for them to be happening right there. And I also feel like... Making it so that Sayori then, in her ending, attempts suicide is also not really... Like, I don't feel like it would actually happen. I feel like, I feel like the progression was weird. I feel like it would have made more sense. I would have understood it if it happened on the day where he loudly proclaimed, "You have depression!" But... They kind of didn't go that route. They just made like, oh, this and this and this, and then at some point she does it. And here comes a bit of the personal preference, which would be... I feel like the background of Sayori being bullied is honestly... not even that impactful. I don't know how else to put it. I feel like there could have been a more meaningful way to discuss it by also having her have this, like, just having depression. It can happen. Sometimes there's no big traumatic, tragic event in someone's life to cause them to be depressed. It can just happen, sadly. And I feel like it would have actually been a more interesting thing to explore, especially given, like, the fact that the MC would struggle even more to understand it. And also I feel like they should have made, like, everything unique, and, like, now Yuri and Sayori are no longer, like, having their unique struggles. It's all, like, chain emails and all of that. So I actually, personal preference-wise, wasn't a fan of that. From canon, the only other problem that I would see would be the festival and the fact that it seems like the poems are different. Like, Jump and Afterimage of a Crimson Eye must still be there. There's still part, that's for sure. Sayori's is fine that it's different, but... yeah, they're not. Yeah, so I feel like that was all I have to say to characters and, like, no, not just characters, canonness to the original. I feel like Sayori in general was far too quick to tears and far too much of a damsel in distress. By all means that she's depressed, she isn't just some weak thing that can absolutely do nothing and is just in a suicidal state the whole time. Especially without Monika's meddling. And I feel like that is pretty clear even before the side stories came out, even in the main game. Because it came before the side story, so like, after I played the Sayori route, I was thinking, maybe it is because they didn't see, like, the other routes, but no, I feel like it was still pretty understandable that she isn't just a damsel in distress. yeah. I'm between 7 and 8 for those points there. Anyway, for the story-wise, other little issues, quote-unquote, let's not just talk about issues, because one thing I noticed while I was playing the Monika part is that I really like the philosophical things they were talking about, like, what if this world is a game? Does that even matter, really? And the philosophical discussions of, like, what Monika wants in this instant. I really like that, and not just that, but also, like, the questions about trust and, like, Natsuki's story with, like, the good enough trust. And not just perfect trust and all that. I did enjoy that. And... yeah, for more negative things... I do want to mention once again that Sayori choice, that final one, because I do want to say something. I don't think I counted to the negative points, I just wanted to say something. I was so insecure about it that I then later called my friends and talked with them about it. And those that played the Purist mod, some of which I also did have conversation with where it was like one wrong thing and this could actually be like very damaging to that person. And they not just reaffirmed, yeah, what you did was perfectly good, everything's fine. But quite a few of them said they also picked that other choice because because I love you didn't feel genuine at all, given that she wanted the truth and he didn't know he loved her at the time. One of them also said that what DMC said there would absolutely not convince them at all. That would actually be what would cause the Sayori reaction of the other option. I'm not saying that means it's bad writing, because I don't think it is, because everyone is a different person. So it could just be that Sayori is a very different person compared to my friends who cares more about something like that. One of my friends said it very harshly, so I don't want to say it because I feel like it's far too harsh and not really exactly accurate either. We did discuss it a bit later on, but he still remains that it... He explained to me the way it was said, but I kind of want to go to sleep soon. So I kind of want to keep it at that for now. And not have to explain what he meant by that statement. But I did agree that it was like far too... that compared to the other two, this was actually a difficult decision because of that it wasn't as obviously groundwork, like Natsuki wants to connect with her father. Do we now say he should try to connect with her too, or do we say no? Yuri said don't use violence. Do we use it now anyway? It's rather like, this option could be the option. If you elaborate better, this option could be the option, but you might feel ingenuine if you say it badly. So due to that, I feel like there was a bit of a... It clashed there, also according to my friends. But yeah, I don't think I want to reduce any points from that. Another thing I have to say is the Act 1 syndrome here. I excuse it for many mods, especially early mods, and I think this was one of the very early mods as well. So I thought about, I don't think I should be too mean on it. I wasn't too mean on the other mods either. For example, with the like Sayori mod, like rain clouds. But here it's just like the entire beginning portion of it is just Act 1. With no slight changes. They could have made a change with Sayori simply not being depressed, although I feel like they would have already needed to give hints that it's going to be slightly different, because otherwise people might shut off before they even realize that's changing. And then I have to read in the history. But I feel like just taking the entirety of Act 1, I see what they were going for, like making our choices like their matter, but I feel like they would have needed to edit it a little bit to make it a bit more interesting. With Monika, can still kind of see it. I don't mind it as much, however, combined with what has been going on before, it was just too much Act 1 in this one mod. Because, especially, it wasn't just like, I'm going to now recite a few lines there and a few dialogue points, and then I'm going to change some things or make another character think that and this. It was just straight up Act 1 for, like, at the beginning, without the Monika route. And I feel like that is a bit extreme. So, yeah, there's that. Would there be anything else? Yeah, I like the messaging for the most part. The only thing that I kind of had a bit of trouble also with would be, I mentioned it during the Natsuki route, maybe a little bit the fact that, when you say, like, the no option, like, no, turn yourself in, it's like, she's like, oh, but you should give second chances, when, no, nobody has to give anyone a second chance if you've been hurt by them. I don't think that, I'm not sure exactly if that was what, it, like, the mod straight up says it, but I don't think they realize exactly what they're kind of, that it's not really that simple. And you could say it's not a simple situation there, but honestly it is quite simple compared to quite a few other things. Especially given how, like, you kind of do need to listen to the victim of abuse, but you need to be kind of careful as well, because my friends who have faced extreme things still also care for their abuser. And there is no thing where it's like, what if they wanted to change? No. There is no one doing any of that. Absolutely not. Yes, worse than Natsuki situation. Definitely. So I feel like it needed to be a bit more like Natsuki wanted a second chance. I kind of like that and dislike it, because it's kind of like you made the wrong choice, which is that Natsuki wanted you to help her so that you can fix the relationship with her and her father and help fix that. But the problem kind of also is she doesn't fully convey that, and it is also still a fight that she kind of has to fight more than he does. He is there to support, but he shouldn't be the one leading to that solution. That we see that when we go for the good ending, because she does take the lead there. But it's kind of, I kind of like it because it's like also shows, it's also kind of gray, because it's like Natsuki clearly needs help there. She really needs that. She really needs a pillar to lean on for things like that. That's the main problem there. But at the same time, it's putting so much pressure on the MC, who absolutely is not the one who would need to make such a decision for her. And to be then mean that he made the wrong decision, I mean, they weren't mean or anything, they were like, you did what you thought was right. But still, to just be like, this is now a bad ending, I feel like it's on one thing very cool, but at the same time that's just too much pressure on the MC, who should mostly be more acting as the pillar for Natsuki, for her to make the moves. And then to be like mad now, kind of like give you a bad ending for the fact that she didn't go out of the room as soon as she started hearing that he was like, I'm going to turn myself in. Yeah, maybe you should turn yourself in. And then not her stepping up and being like, kind of like showing some type of resistance towards it, that one of them at least would pick up. And maybe that's not what Natsuki wants. Even if she doesn't say anything, just show some type of resistance if she was listening. Of course it was a difficult situation for her. That's why I kind of like it, because it's so difficult. But I feel like it just then goes very like harsh on DMC again that it was his fault, that Natsuki's unhappy now, but it's just kind of, there is no controlling that part of it. With Sayori, it's like you shouldn't have pitied her. You might not have seen the pity in the choice, but it should take it as pity, and that's understandable. Don't just pity someone. Don't just do things out of pity. With Yuri, it's also kind of obvious. Like, just don't use violence. It won't salvage anything. With Natsuki, it's a much more ambiguous situation, which due to that makes it, I think, one of my favorite endings. Like, the bad and the good one. But I feel like the worst ending also kind of makes me feel a little like there are a few issues I take with that and the way it is phrased sometimes. The only other issue I could see is there was a different level of effort in each route. For example, Natsuki only had like the bad and good ending, and Yuri had like 2 bad endings and a good ending. And like Sayori also, like, it had like basically 1 bad ending, but you had 2 ways of getting to it. Monika only had 1 good ending, or well, I don't know what would have happened if I picked the other choice, but like generally it goes to the best option overall. Up until then at least. And I can say it with Monika, but with the others it was kind of like Yuri's the shortest route and she's gone for a long time. Natsuki only has like these 2 endings, and the others have a lot more choices that really influence it. I feel like there wasn't like equal effort in each route, and I feel like maybe it could have been a bit more equalized there sometimes. But yeah, I think that's all about I have to say. I've decided on story for 8 points after I've said all of that. Story in general. And for canonness, I wouldn't say it's a 7.5. And if it's between 7 and 8, I'll gladly say 8. I'll gladly say that it's still on the, like, I feel like it's right on the verge between both, especially with like the poems, but the poems shouldn't take too much away, so I feel like it's more of 8. The main problem being Sayori. Natsuki's really well done, Yuri as well, maybe a bit of the cutting, but that shouldn't damage that too much. Monika a little bit as well, but also not there too much. But Sayori kind of with the fact that she's too much of a damsel. I feel like that's was a bit too extreme. So 2 8s from canonness and in story-wise, that makes a 8 in total. Who would have guessed? So yeah, good mod. I will probably play it again. Maybe with friends once more. Maybe speak with them about the philosophical things that the mod brings up. Because I did like it. I do still love the routes. It's just, yeah, it had a few flaws here and there. But I don't think there is ever a mod that will probably fully satisfy me. When I keep picking up on, like, I don't wanna spoil anything. There have been mods but that came pretty close. It's just like I analyze things too deeply, and so too to that when unless you analyze it as deeply as I do, you kind of, if we don't hit the same canonness, then it's kind of not a 10 out of 10 anymore. So a score of 8 is still good, I'd say. Like I said, I want to play it again with friends for sure, because I did have fun. I did like the philosophical aspects. And yeah, Natsuki and Yuri routes. I love those. Monika's as well. I think Monika's made me the most emotional next to Natsuki's. But I just feel like Natsuki and Yuri hit the perfect spot for me there. Like, Natsuki the perfect spot, Yuri almost perfect. Same goes for Monika, also almost perfect. I don't know. No, I don't think it's worse than Natsuki's. I don't think it's an almost perfect. I also think it's perfect. It's just I just felt something special for the Natsuki path. And yeah, Sayori's was pretty good. So yeah. I always want to make sure I say that it's still a good mod. Because I tend to talk about like, here, this is what I didn't like. It's just that I need to explain myself as to why I feel like something felt off sometimes. And sometimes I also feel the need to like explain more deeply as to why I dislike something. Versus when it comes to liking something, it's like, I like this portion. And it's just like, yeah, it's good the way it is. So I feel like there's not too much to say anymore, so. I always want to make sure that people know that I did enjoy a mod, because even though I criticize it a lot, it's just because it's easier to... Because I feel the need to explain more deeply why the score had points reduced versus why it had more points. You know, like, I need to explain why points were reduced and not why points were added. Because I go out of the perspective it's always the 10 out of 10 and then points get reduced versus added. One of my friends does it the other way around. Maybe I could try it sometime, because due to that, it sounds like he's always talking about a lot of positive things, even when it comes to mods that he didn't rate too highly, in his personal opinion. So maybe we could try it sometime. But yeah, it is a good mod. I did enjoy it. I like the My Reality. I see if I can somehow maybe add some music with it, because even if I sing badly, maybe I can still make it fun. And yeah. It's one of the earliest mods, I think, and it did very well for that. Very good. I like it. Anyway, have a nice day, night, evening, morning, whatever you're going through right now. I'm about to go to sleep. No, I need to eat something first. I'm hungry. Anyway, stay safe, and yeah. Good luck.